I'm alive! Oh my god. This fucking sucks, hello. Okay, I'm alive. It worked. Oh my god, that was actually terrible. That was terrible. I hated that. Hi, Narco. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Hello, Narco. Welcome in as well. Hi, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm back. I'm back, baby. No need to worry. Whoever killed me is here. Where's Clover? I'm right here! Can you guys hear me? Is my mic working? God. If something else is offline right now, I will cry. Welcome back, Clover. Thank you, Olaso. I appreciate it. Dude! The immersion! We definitely didn't just scatter. Don't scatter. Don't do it. Chat, if you don't see her, hear her, then refresh. Yeah, if you don't see me or hear me, refresh, please. I'm right here. I'm still here. At the end of it, at the end of it, despite everything, it's still you. It's still me. Hi, Kurt. Thank you so much for 45 streams in a row. Thank you. Oh, there she is. I'm right here. I'm finally moving. Did you guys like Dead Stare Clover? Kill me. What if I did a whole stream just like that? Good morning, Clover. I hope you're having a great. Hope you're doing great. I just had a freak out meltdown over my model, but everything's fine. Hi, Via. Welcome back as well. It's good to see you. Hi, Clover. Nice to see you today. It's good to see you too. Hodora, welcome in. Our queen is back. Do what I'd watch. My eyes are burning. Ow. I think I found your new emoji. What's my new emoji? But yes, welcome back, everyone. It's not a Clever Kiyomi stream without some scuff, am I right, everyone? Gosh, that was so on brand. It's actually kind of painful. That was so on brand on how scuffed that was. Oh, thank you for the hearts, Jomis. I appreciate it. Thank you. Arigato. Man. I'm so sad. That was such a scuffed starting screen. I don't even know if everyone's still here. If you're here, can you give me a hi or an O? A 1? I'm very excited for more Ace Attorney today. No stream, no scuff. True. Oh, hi, O. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm glad to see everyone's here. Okay, I'm glad stream is working again. Thank God. That was actually terrible. That was so miserable. I hope we never have that problem ever again. Does that happen? Because I was like, why does my mouse and keyboard work if one of my USB things isn't working? It's working for now? Hey, don't say that. Don't say that. It's good. Everything's fine. Everything is daijoubu. Everything is fine. Also, guys, I've been really lazy to switch out my monitor, but I really need to do that. So I definitely need to do tomorrow. So if I don't switch out my monitor tomorrow, please yell at me because I'm not even streaming tomorrow. Oh, Clover, don't go. Neko, I'm right here. I'm here. Clover, Coco. Just try turning it off and turning it back on. It's just embarrassing when I've already started stream. Sometimes I was doing it on my PC on connectivity via USB 2. Really? Well, you haven't done that yet? No. No, I haven't because I'm lazy. I'm scared. I already had such a struggle moving this monitor into this room that I'm scared to take it out. But I know I need to do it. I need to put on my big girl pants and do it. Also, hi, Andrew. I don't think I said hi to you. Hi, Andrew. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Hi, Ski. Welcome back. It's good to see you as well. Hello. Hola. Welcome in. You missed the big scuff of my streaming career, I think. I don't think I've ever had such a big scuff before. Unless? Have I had it worse? Probably. Not the new PC situation again. I swear to God, this PC gives me so many problems, and I don't understand why. It's supposed to be my big, beefy, awesome, cool PC, but it gives me so many issues, and I don't know why. It wasn't that big of a deal, bro. You're chilling. Alright, true. Should have gotten a pre-built. I needed the speckies, and it was cheaper to do it myself, unfortunately. Unfortunately, in my house where I only own flathead screwdrivers, everybody, my mods were clowning me. They were like, I've never seen a house that has this many flatheads. They were like, oh, before I started building there, like, yeah, flatheads are kind of useless. Like, nobody ever uses those. Like, blah, blah, blah. I can't believe, like, yeah, like, no one owns those anymore. And then I was like, guys, I only have flathead screwdrivers. That's all I got. And my mods didn't believe me. And then I showed them a picture of of my toolkit, and they were all flatheads. Probably couldn't handle your Riz today. Dude, my PC, I guess that's just it. My PC can't handle my Riz every single day, so it freaks out for something else every day. You guys don't have to spend every day with me, but my PC does. And that's why it freaked out. You are so right, bestie. What's our Riz, Clover? Let me check. Flathead and a Phillip. I don't have any of those. You know what? I give up. Why do I only have 6% Riz? Everyone else check your Riz. Who stole my Riz today? I've only run out of things to say, so I just like, hi Smithy! What? You don't always have to have stuff to say. Okay, here's the thing. I always don't have things to say, but you guys seem to like me to stream even though I don't have anything to say. And you guys are like, it's fine. Even if you don't have anything to say, you should still stream. And I was like, I feel like I never have anything to say. Steve has 93% Riz. Steve, hand it over. Hi, Pio. Welcome back. Steve stole it. Nah. Somebody got the 1%. I got the rest. What the? It's okay, Narco. We can work on our Riz together. Also, same to you two, Andrew and Zaps. We got this. You know who hogged it all? Steve hogged it all. If anything, we should all jump Steve. What do you guys think? Hiya, hello. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Welcome in. But also, hi Smithy. I don't know if I welcomed you back, but welcome back. Thank you so much for chatting, even if you feel like you don't have much. I appreciate your lurk very, very much. Also, I have to say, I'm surprised that my VOD videos actually get any views. But now you're saying something about not having anything to say. It's an infinite loop. Hi Flash, welcome back. It's good to see you. I know. Honestly, I just yap. I stream, I click start stream, and I start yapping. I don't know if anything I say makes sense. I just keep going. With that kind of Riz, we're getting in line behind a bunch of girls to jump Steve. Oh. That is true. Guess I'm for... No. The girls that also jump you is because you're so Rizzy. So, isn't it kind of good to be jumped? That's a weird sentence, but yeah. But yeah, your streamer... Remember to turn on the throwing system thing at least this time. When I was completely stuck, I forgot to do it. But I remember when I restarted my PC. I'm listening through those VODs. Really? Oh. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts, Andrew. I appreciate it. Hi, Jin. Welcome back. It's good to see you. 14% Riz. It's okay, Jin. We can work on it. It's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be daijoubu. Hi, Silent. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Riz, 59. Okay, you're passing. That's better than a lot of us in here. Back from ads. Welcome back from the ads. Oh, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for watching the ads. I appreciate it. Thank you. I just woke up and I have coffee. What kind of coffee? Clover hates us. I don't hate you. What do you mean? Why would I ever hate you? What makes you think I hate you? I did pee today, Zaps. You pee today? Watch this 100% high Kenny. 38%? Ha! Alright. Hi, Kenny. Welcome back. Eating up a sandwich because I woke up and immediately hopped to Hell... Wait, what's Helldivers 2? I've seen a lot of people streaming it, but I actually have no idea what the game is. Thank you so much for the posture check. Oh, thank you so much for the package. The care package, Silent. I appreciate that. I went to sleep extra early yesterday. Really? What time did you go to bed? Just regular coffee with no milk or sugar? Just a black coffee? Oh, but I need to hydrate. Hold on. Every day I get hot by Clover. Why I oughta. Open world horde shooter with missions, I guess? What is another game that's fairly popular that is similar to that game? Chaotic third-person shooter game with friends. Fortnite? It's democracy, bug Vietnam, robot communism simulator. Oh! I see. So war? 6 hours of sleep? You know? I'm proud of you. ADHD needs coffee to calm me down. Oh! I see. I am not a coffee girly, but I bought like this coffee concentrate and it arrived yesterday. And I normally really struggle getting out of bed, but today I was so excited to try my coffee that I got out of bed early so I can make my coffee. So maybe this is it. This is how I start getting up earlier. It's for freedom? The game? Left 4 Dead is similar. More guns and fun. But more guns and fun. I see. America's Space Simulator? Hi, Cop. Welcome back. Now she's a caffeine addict. Guys, it's my first day out here. It's my first day. I don't think I'm addicted yet. Also, I bought the decaf version, so I don't think it's caffeine. I think I'm just drinking a little drink because I'm a small bean in a big world. Clover is proud of me. Yeah, of course. Cold, responsible woman. I am a responsible woman, even if you guys may not see me that way. I know that everyone here usually sees me as the troll younger sister, but that's okay. Also, you guys remember how Kinney and Sam drew Mia and Donghung for Valentine's Day, and the caption was "To our favorite girl failure." What's up with that? Am I really a girl failure? I think I'm a girl successor. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm a girl failure. What do you mean, yes? Is it better than your usual coffee? I actually really enjoy it. Kinney? When I catch you, Kinney. What do you mean, girl failure? Why are you guys not answering? Guys, come on. Guys, wait, you're a girl queen? Why I on a copium? What do you mean? I'm not a girl failure. Who are you, the success? Oh, I'm a girl success, not a girl failure. You're just a girly? I am just a girly in a big world. I refuse to answer without my lawyer present. I am your lawyer. I'm the ace attorney. Definitely girl failure. What? No. I have so much success. All my dubs, all my wins, I'm just so rizzy and calm, cool, and collected with it. No, yes to the girl figure, but yes to seeing the post. Oh, okay, I see. But Paper, do you think I'm a girl failure? Like, guys, be honest. Okay, wait. If you think I'm a girl failure, type 1. If you think I'm a girl success, type 2. Three? What's 3? Say it again. 1, I'm a girl failure. 2, I'm a girl success. Shan, thank you so much for the raid with 1 billion people. I appreciate it. Welcome in, raiders. Hello, my name is Clover Kill Me. I'm the magical girl of luck in the future. And I'm currently discussing with my chat if I'm a girl failure or not. No comment? What do you mean? Also, can we get a shout out for Shen, please? Both? Why do I see more 1s? Hey, everyone that typed 1, you're banned. You're banned. There is no democracy here. You guys are banned. You have no representation here. I am the lawyer. I am the government. I am the law. Guess it's over for us. What are the options? 1, I'm a girl failure. 2, I'm not. Type 1 and you will be spared, raiders. No! What? Don't point the gun at the raiders, Tomato. Girl failure due to word reasons? Wait, what? Word reasons? What are the word reasons? But thank you so much for 5 streams in a row, Silent. I really appreciate it. Thank you. 1 voters 072. I believe in you. I think you're a girl warrior. Oh, thank you. Shen, were you not in a category? What the heck were you streaming, Shen? I thank you for the hydrate, Smithy. I appreciate it. Can we have a stream with Giant Clover all stream? Okay. That is what I want to talk to you guys about. I'm sorry also if that clap was loud. What is this poll? What was... No? What was 3? 3 is 7 votes. Hello? Okay, but no wasn't winning. Clover's not. Hey, yo, what up? It's Kiyomi's biggest hater here. Hello, Dwight. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Omega? Omega? What? What are you talking? Did you just call me an Omega? Hello? I am the Alpha. How dare you? How could you just type Omega in my chat? Huh? What is going on? What's happening? Why is my chat bullying me? What's going on? What did I do? Girl accomplisher. Wait, that one's a slay. I agree. Wavy. That one's a good one. Okay, I had a new question. You know how I owe you guys an ASMR video? What if I just do an ASMR stream? Like, I just whisper to you guys for a whole hour straight. And then I talk to you guys while whispering. Like, you know. Will your parents judge you again? Absolutely. But, you know, what if I just do that? Because I don't know how to edit this video. And I feel like it's more awkward if I'm just whispering to myself. I don't think you can do that. You would kill your voice, sure. Well, I'm just whispering. I don't think that would kill my voice. If anything, it would conserve it, no? So you don't have an idea for a video? No, absolutely none. And I didn't want to take a script. And, yeah. So I was like, well, if I don't know what to say, I might as well just talk to chat for like an hour while whispering and then call that my ASMR video. As long as it, yeah, oh, well, I mean, it'll be uploaded to YouTube and stuff after that. And then, yeah, so, haha, yeah. But, yeah. That is the new plan. So are we all in agreement with this plan? You'll have to turn down your sound alerts. I'll probably turn them off. Yeah. Frying pan ASMR. Or anything that will overpower. I'll probably turn off my sound alerts for that stream. But I can do ASMR like this. I can zoom in my face for an entire hour while I talk to you guys. Ooh, my Capri Sun. Mado, hi, welcome back. It's good to see you. Welcome in. We were just discussing what I would be doing for ASMR, but thank you so much for the hydrate. ASMR reading something is good too. Here's the thing. I don't... I feel like I'm kind of dumb and I mispronounce words all the time. And I feel like if I was reading something and I didn't know how to say a word, it'd be even worse. What if you do, I don't know, do an ASMR video and I don't know, just the idea and confess your love to me. So yeah, like, yeah, I would like that a lot. Like the ASMR RP stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fall asleep to this version of ASMR if you're just talking to chat. Oh, is that why? You guys want to fall asleep to my ASMR? Interesting. Okay, maybe I will do a reading one. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Either we do the ASMR stream or I read you guys a story. Maybe I'll read you guys like, I don't know, what's it called? Goldilocks. Maybe I'll read you guys that. I'll definitely know how to read those words. This is news to me. I owe you guys an ASMR video because of my subathon. My anniversary stream. ASMR tea making? That'd be awesome. ASMR whisper bedtime story. Yeah, I'll probably just do... Okay, fine. Maybe new idea. Scratch that. Maybe we do a bedtime story. I assume if you did a stream, you still wouldn't be talking to chat. Well, if I do a bedtime story, I won't stream it because that seems kind of weird. If I just stream it and I don't talk to you guys, that seems kind of odd to me. Read the Shrek screenplay? Oh, absolutely not. I think I would die laughing instead. You talking to chat while you ASMR is awkward. You guys literally have an ASMR regime. Didn't you guys ask for that? Read bedtime. Yeah, bedtime story sounds nice. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Are we robbed of a clever ASMR stream? Maybe. Harrison, when I catch you, Harrison. Okay, hold on. Let me set a 1 minute timer. Beats chat to death with a metal bat ASMR. You know, I've actually seen the one where it's like, I beat you with a metal frying pan, and I haven't listened to those ASMRs yet. But I really want to because it seems kind of funny. They paid money for that video though. Okay, fine. I'll make a video. Okay, I'll make a video. I'll read you guys a bedtime story. I'll read you guys Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Turn off the BGM. Oh. Guys, I'm not made for this ASMR stuff. You know, I have friends that do ASMR and I'm like, damn, you're so good at it. But me, I'm just a little bean with a really loud voice that also doesn't stop yapping or laughing. But yeah, that's about it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm done. That's it. That's all you guys get. That's all you guys get. Thank you, Harrison, for the ASMR redeem. I'm gonna take that off. If that's weird to you guys, I'm taking it off. The best ASMR artists, the ones who can't shut up. No problem. That's good, thank you. It doesn't count if you just spend half of it counting. That wasn't half, though. If it was half, I would have started at 30 seconds. Oh, shoot. I just punched you guys. See? This is why I'm not made to be an ASMR artist. It's too close to me. I start punching. Also, hi, Pikachu. Welcome back. Ow! I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. She's abusing us now? No, I'm not. I'm so nice. I'm so nice to you guys. Wee, 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 wee. Here, head pat, head pat, head pat. Did that sound weird? Kina! Oh my gosh, it's been a while! Hello, welcome back! It's good to see you. Thank you so much for the hearts. What was that? I don't know. I gave you guys a head pat. Mira! Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome into the Lucky Cats. I hope you enjoy your stay here. I was just fighting with my chat about ASMR and punching. It sounded like you were scratching the table. What did that sound like? That's me, like, brushing my hand against my mic. So that's, like, me head patting you guys. Was that not... was that not desirable? Sounds good? Sounds weird? I'm getting two very different responses. First stream back and I get punched. Let's go. Is this a want? Do you guys want me to punch you? Sounds like I have a helmet on being patted. It's like a squeege sound? What? That's crazy. Yeah, I can't hear myself, so I have no idea what that sounds like. Relax, hi! Welcome back! Thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Don't worry about it. ASMR is a really subjective thing. Okay, that's true. Not everyone's ASMR is another person's ASMR. Take love. Thank you! Welcome in. We are just talking about ASMR and my ASMR video that I'm still working on. Yeah, so that's my exciting news for the day. That doesn't sound like I'm head patting you guys. I don't know how to make it sound like I'm head patting you guys, other than me punching you. What if I punch you guys again? Ready? Does that hurt? Don't break your mic. It's okay. It's not like I'm doing anything. All I'm doing is really like tapping my mic, like I'm moving it. I'm not actually like full on like why I auto winding up my hand behind my head type of punch. I don't know what the no you can't is so funny. My head hurts. I think I have whiplash. Also, apparently there's 100 Thieves merch where if you can get it, you can get the Valorant team capsule too. What? So if you buy the merch, you also get like in-game cosmetics? That's crazy. That sounds like Build-A-Bear stuff. Forgot if I had something else to say. I think that's it. I only wanted to ask you guys about... I wanted to ask you guys about ASMR. I don't think... Oh, I still owe you guys a cringe TikTok too. Guys, every time I do a subathon, I'm like, damn! I am so behind. It's been like almost a month since I did it, and I still have so much to do. I'm sorry. I still have to commission art of me surrounded by a bunch of lucky cats, but I'm trying my best. I will get there eventually. It's gonna happen. Yeah. The shorts posted today was fire too. I know. Thank God that I don't do my own shorts. Shout out to my editor, Pioneer Summoner, for being on top of it. Because if I also had to edit, it's over. Also, I just realized my music's been off this whole time. You guys have just been listening to me punch you guys in silence. Oops. Whoopsies. But yeah, isn't it cute? I loved it a lot. I was like, oh, me and Stelly are so cute. A true way to being abused, just complete silence. ASMR violence. ASMR, I hit you guys with a frying pan. Alright, let's get started with Ace Attorney before it gets too late. Because I do want to try and finish this case today. Also, guys, I really want to keep playing Persona. But I have no time in my schedule for all of these games. What do I do? Wah. Cast iron or aluminum? Probably cast iron. Every other week on stream. Finish in a year or two. I know, I've... Cece, my friend Cece, she's been playing it since she debuted last year, I believe, in December. And today she tweeted like, oh, this is Like, I'm finally gonna finish it. So it took her over a year. Hi, Luna. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome in. We are just getting started with our Great Ace Attorney game today. You're gonna play Yakuza. I want to keep playing that too. I know! Isn't it doomed? Isn't it actually doomed for me? Although I'm gonna plug in my controller. Don't freak out, everyone, okay? I feel like I'm gonna need more water soon. Should I fill up water now? Okay, maybe I'll fill up water now. Okay, we're gonna run ads, and I'm gonna fill up water, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. But I don't think people from ads are back yet. So I'm gonna sit here and stare at you guys. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Well, I'm back. Welcome back. Thank you. Arigato. Welcome back. Thank you, Pikachu. Appreciate that. Guys, I'm so freaking cold. Dude. Okay, I have a heating pad now. I'm gonna go get my heating pad. Welcome back. Thank you, Luna. I appreciate it. Tell it to get warm. Yeah. W heating pad? Yeah, actual W heating pad. Shout out to Harrison. Thank you for the hearts, Luna. I appreciate it. Are we back from the ads yet? Are they still playing? I don't know. Anyone that's an ad watcher, let me know. Bro, that was actually me yesterday, though. I was freezing. Took a while? What do you mean took a while? I'm back already before my 3 minutes are up. But I am no longer ad gaming. No ads for me. I can't hear you, silly. That's true. I'll wait. I'll wait. She's back? Scatter? What do you mean? That took a while, I mean? Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm assuming everyone's back from the ads then. Let us get started then! Susato! I forgot she's back! Oh, this room. It's been too long. It hasn't changed in the slightest, though. And it's been some 6 months, hasn't it? That's a long time for things to stay so familiar. And my weather, it's 35 degrees Celsius. Celsius? Isn't that really warm? I'm a dirty American. I only know Fahrenheit. Susato! I didn't know when you might return, and I wanted everything to be just as you'd left it. Wait, that's so thoughtful! Hello? Hey, I didn't have to wait to get into Helldivers. Pog! But it has been some 6 months, it's true. So your father alright, Susie? What happened? Thank you for the hydrate motto, I appreciate it. My father? Yes, Professor Mikotoba. I mean, it was half a year ago. That's why you went back to Japan. Because of a telegram you received saying he'd fallen ill with a very high fever for some unknown reason. That's right. So I was surprised to learn you'd be coming back so soon. Surprised but happy. Also, how's the volume levels? I realized that, like, the game is so much lower than me. I think I wrote about it in my letter to you. That it was all a trick. Good? That's... Yesterday was 28 Celsius. That was about 84? Oh god. Yeah, I'd rather be cold and bundle up. My father is in fine health, and I'm obviously very relieved about that. Well, we're all delighted to have you back. It was quite by accident that I've been able to return to Europe, actually. It's because of a very grand conference called the International Forensic Science Symphoniism? Volume is fine? Okay, cool. Thank you for the stretch, Wavy. I appreciate it. Thank you. International Forensic... That's the same symposium as Lord Strongheart mentioned. Anyway, I arrived safe and sound, and all that matters is that I'm here now. After all, I haven't yet fulfilled my promise to you, Iris. Oh! You must tell us everything that happened while you were back in Japan. Yes, of course, I shall. And there's one other thing. You wrote in your letter that particular grabbed my attention. About you-know-who. About Kazuma. I know. I'll tell you all that I can. Wait, what? What about Kazuma? What did we do? What did we talk about? When I first arrived back in Japan, I really thought I'd never be allowed to return to Britain. Curiously, after that awful trial at the Supreme Court, Father's mood changed entirely. The awful trial? Oh yes, for the murder of Giselle Brett. What's good, Susato, my goat, actual? Oh, you dressed as a man then, didn't you, Susie? Oh, well, yes. Since women are forbidden in the courtroom, I had no choice. Wow, amazing! I wish I'd seen it. Don't you, Bruno? Yes, I suppose so. I want to play at being a lawyer now. Wait, I want to play at being a lawyer now. I could wear a false mustache, maybe. I don't think any mustache could hide the fact that you're just 10 years old, Iris. There's something else I've been wanting to ask you, Miss Susato. It's about the real reason why Professor Mikotoba summoned you back to Japan. You said in your letter it was something to do with that convict's loot we found in Mr. Natsume's lodgings. Hi, Mecca! Hi, Tito! Welcome back! It's good to see you. Welcome in. We just started with my Ace Attorney stream. Welcome. It's basically Clover Kiyomi narrates for the rest of the night. But welcome back. I did pee today. You pee today, Tito? That's right. A very large dog collar we found with the bee emblem on it. It seems Mr. Natsume included a drawing of the collar in the report he submitted about his time in Britain. I understand that when Father saw the report, he turned as white as a sheet. Why would that be, then? Father came to Britain himself, of course, to study. It was some time ago now, but he stayed for 6 years. I can only imagine that something must have happened during that time. But if he refuses to tell me what it is, I intend to find the answers for myself. And I've decided that I, for one, won't keep any more secrets. Just recovering from my sickness yesterday morning. I'm glad you're feeling better. That's really good to hear. Oh, Susie. I feel like I got sick recently, but I can't remember when. I'm pretty sure I did, though. It's a very meaningful look Susato was giving Iris there. Ooh, more Great Ace Attorney. Hi, Hazel! Welcome back. Yes, the Great Ace Attorney. It's time! Susato's back, baby! Lord Strongheart mentioned something about that symphony. I can't say the word. I think he said investigative authorities from 40 different countries would attend. Yes, and from Japan, my father and Judge Shigoku? Is that Goku? Have been invited. I can't read very well. It's something of an honor, I believe. Well, Professor Mikotoba is the leading expert in forensic medicine in our country after all. But who's the other person you mentioned? A judge, you say? The only thing I have left is my coughing, but less of a headache. That's good, though. I'm sure it'll be right as well soon. Goku Giga Chad? Yes, His Excellency Judge Shishiro Chikoku. You've met him, Mr. Naruhodo. Last year, in the Supreme Court. You can't possibly have forgotten. Guys, my voice is gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's doomed. That terrible trial of yours when you were accused of murder. Yes, I try to think of that as a positive turning point in my life these days. I don't know what happened. I don't know, I just feel like my throat's giving up already. Well, it was Judge Jikoku who presided over that trial. Thank you for the hydrate, Fins, I appreciate it. If I'm perfectly honest, I'd be happy never to see that man's face again in my life. Oh, well, anyway, as father was invited to the symphoniism, he agreed to me returning to Britain too. He won't actually arrive until next month, but, well, I couldn't wait. So I pleaded with him, and in the end he agreed to me going on ahead. Yes, about the symphoniism. Hi Techno, welcome back, it's good to see you, welcome in. Welcome in, we just started our Gate Ace Attorney stream, so we're getting cozy and with it. It seems as though Lord Strongheart has put in an awful lot of work to make it happen. It's obviously very important. I believe it is, yes. As I understand it, Lord Strongheart organized the entire event himself. I think he's hoping that by achieving exceptional results, he'll get the job of Attorney General, the most senior position in the British justice system. He's hoping to use his power to create the world's finest policing institution. That's what Father said anyway. Apparently it's Lord Strongheart's lifelong ambition. Does Professor Mikatoba know Lord Strongheart personally then, I wonder? Actually, Lord Strongheart gave me a long speech all about this very subject only yesterday, but I sort of lost the will to live early on, and I didn't really listen to much of it. How trying for you. Fair? Yeah, that's how I feel every day too. Giselle Brett. The woman whose unforgivable actions ended in me being wrongly accused of a crime I didn't commit. The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson. Yes, Giselle Brett. That's a name I won't forget as long as I live. The extraordinary thing is, though, it seems it's a name we should all forget. Sorry? Since the incident, our government's intelligence services have been investigating Miss Brett. But it turns out that an Englishwoman by the name of Giselle Brett didn't actually exist. Didn't exist? But how could that be? It was a pseudonym. Her real name was Shin. And she wasn't a visiting student either. That was a front. A front? Who on earth was she then? Miss A. Shin. Her name is literally all our intelligence services have been able to ascertain about her. Nobody knows why, or even how, she came to be in Japan. It's a complete mystery. But that makes no sense! It's no easy task to be accepted as a foreign student anywhere. What could the woman have been up to? I'm afraid I really don't know. The only thing we can be sure of is that she had some business in our country that we don't yet understand. I mean, imagine your boss just dumping his lifelong ambitions on you randomly. I know. I would actually cry. And now she's been killed, while all the questions surrounding her existence remain unanswered. I'm afraid so. A. Shin. Who on earth was she? And why do I feel as though I've heard that name before somewhere? What about Kazuma? After my friend Ray's trial, the reporter who actually killed Miss Brett said something very strange. I know the truth. I know you had a hand in what went on, in that visiting student's fate. Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it. They don't know that the guy never made it to England, that he died on that steamship, and that he'll never... Obviously, I couldn't ask him to elaborate at that time. But later, I visited the man in his prison cell and asked him what he was going to say about Kazuma-sama. And what did you learn? After he died on the voyage to Great Britain, his body should have been unladen at the port of Hong Kong and passed into the care of the consultant staff there. Should have been? Well, it turns out that his body never arrived. It's just disappeared. What? Kazuma's body vanished? Our government tried to cover the fact up, it seems. They erected a grave on the cliffs by our hometown. Except Kazuma-sama isn't there. Did Professor Mikotoba know about this? Yes, it would seem that he did. But he didn't tell me. They're still investigating what happened to Kazuma-sama's body as we speak. I just don't believe it. What is this acute feeling of apprehension I have all of a sudden? Oh my god, Kazuma-sama! Thinking back now, some of the things that happened on the SS Bureau were definitely strange. I mean, after he died, we never saw his body again, did we? Could it be? Could it be that he's actually still alive? Stop it, Mr. Naruhodo. It's too much to bear. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Just thinking about the possibility pains me so very much. Cast your mind back for a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. When Kazuma-sama was discovered, Mr. Sholmes was there, wasn't he? And he definitely examined the body. I remember it clearly. You're right. So, if Kazuma-sama hadn't actually been dead at all, it would mean that Mr. Sholmes had lied to us. But there's no reason why he would possibly have done such a thing. I suppose that's true, yes. The idea that he might still be alive somewhere. It wants to fill me with hope, but I can't let it. Because if it turned out to be not true, then I'd be back at the bottom of that awful pit of despair again. Oh no, Susato! I'm terrified of what that might do to me. Oh, Miss Susato. I know she's given the idea the thought it deserves. It's Susato-san we're talking about after all. So I probably shouldn't push it now. Interesting. Okay, well. Guess we talk to Iris? It must be about a year ago now. I wrote a really long story based on some of my father's old notes. It's about one of Hurley's greatest exploits. I called it The Hound of the Baskervilles. But then, Mr. Sholmes forbade you from publishing it, and put the manuscript somewhere nobody could get their hands on it. So nobody knows anything about it, apart from Hurley and I. But for some reason, you knew about the title of it, didn't you, Susie? Oh, it sounds so exciting! The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it. And you wouldn't tell me how you'd come to know it. Yes, but I made you a promise that I would explain one day, didn't I? I think it's time. Oh! Guys, I have so many chills! There are so many plot twists happening! I'm only so sorry I've had to keep it from you for so long, Iris. Ooh, a new theme song. It was completely by accident that I came to know the title of your manuscript, Iris. It was a short while before we left Japan. I was cleaning Father's study and I saw something on his writing desk. A large box of papers. There was a label affixed to the box that was written in English. It read, The Hound of the Baskervilles. What? My Baskerville story? Of course, I had no idea what it was at the time, but Father came in and... Susato, what are you doing? Oh, Father! Did you look at those papers? No, I simply read the label, that's all. Well, put it out of your mind. Sorry? Forget that you ever saw it, and certainly don't tell anybody else about this. Do you understand? So many secrets! But what was Iris's manuscript doing in Japan? I have no idea. But when I heard Iris mention the word Baskerville that day, the title just slipped out. I would never have guessed that it was an unpublished account of one of Mr. Sholm's exploits. When I returned to Japan, I asked Father to explain, but he refused to answer any of my questions. And there was no sign of the big box in his office. What? Too many secrets, I forgot about the case already? Yeah, no, how is this related to Professor Hairbrain? That's really all I know about it. I have no doubt that Father has a very good reason for being so secretive about it. But still, I made up my mind to explain myself to both of you. Well, thank you for being so honest, Susie. So, Mr. Naruhodo, I'm ready to start investigating if you are. I've committed every detail about the case to memory. And Iris has told me about the disturbing happenings at the Waxwork Museum as well. So, you're fully abreast of the situation already, Miss Usato. I'd expect nothing less, to be honest. I would think our first port of call should be to investigate this Mr. Drebber, the engineer responsible for building the elaborate machine that was used to effect this extraordinary trick. Yes, a conjurer of sorts, by the sound of it, well known in the fields of science and magic. Then, we need to go and arrest him! Well, yes, he must know the truth behind this case, so I agree we really do need to find the man. It sounds like it's a case of tracking someone down. Which is a job for the police, or a great detective. Are we supposed to guess who she might be thinking of? We don't have much time, so we need to get started straight away, I think. Good idea. Well, best of luck then. Oh, you're not coming today? I'm going to Brixton Road shortly for the herb market. But let me know later how you get on, won't you? That was a little abrupt. The pull of the herb market must be strong. Alright, where do I go first? Okay. Let's go here. Huh? Oh, who's that standing beside Lord Strongheart? I wonder. I've never seen her before. Ah, the young champion of the court. You had some success this morning, I understand. And you've thrown the entire government into disarray as a result. Oh! You mean because of Professor Hairbrain's experiment? Sham science being demonstrated at London's Great Exhibition. The country's been made to look foolish, and now politicians are scrambling to respond. Okay, is that my fault, though? Lord Van Zieks is in the Whitehall as we speak, given an emergency briefing. Oh dear, I didn't mean to cause any trouble. None of this is your responsibility. The government is entirely to blame for having been taken in. Oh, okay, not my fault. GG! The special dispensation that prevents investigation at the scene will be annulled later today. Once that happens, my forensics investigation team will move in and deal with that scrap metal in no time. Scrap metal now, is it? Until later then, Lord Strongheart. Oh, she's gonna slay! Yes, thank you. She looks fishy. Who was that? That was Dr. Courtney Sith, Scotland Yard's esteemed chief coroner. She's leading the forensics investigation team's handling of this case. She was just delivering her report about the victim, in fact. Oh, I see. About Mr. Asman. Following the outcome of the trial earlier, I asked the coroner's office to reevaluate its findings. I don't have time to tell you what she concluded. If you want to know, you'll have to ask her directly. You can find her in the forensics laboratory. Right. Now, what were you here to see me about? I can give you 7 minutes and 39 seconds of my time. He's not running quite so spectacularly late anymore. What exactly is the forensics investigation team that you mentioned before? Start the clock? Don't start it, not too fast! The British Empire's police force must become the most exemplary in the world. For that to happen, it's imperative that we embrace forensic science and everything it has to offer. I first created the forensics investigation team a year ago now, unofficially, of course, to pave the way. Goodness! A year ago? At the next month's symposium, I intend to present the results of their work to the world. Once I do that, the House of Lords will be powerless to oppose the creation of a full-scale forensics division. And once that happens, the position of the Attorney General will be mine, and criminals will suffer dearly. What do you mean? For too long, those scoundrels have made a mockery of our legal system with false evidence and bribes. But London's scum is about to be rounded up and burnt in the fires of hell. What? I intend to see it personally. By creating the finest police force the world has ever known, to protect our honor and our future. Look at those eyes. He means every word. Dr. Sith is an extremely reliable coroner. When I officially establish the forensics division at Scotland Yard, she will run it as my right-hand woman. Right-hand woman? Like marriage? Now then, speaking of the symposium, Miss Mikotoba? Oh, yes, my lord? Your father should be on high seas as we speak, making his way here to represent the Empire of Japan. Yes, that's right. I understand he will arrive at the beginning of next month. Are you acquainted, Lord Strongheart? With Professor Mikotoba, I mean. It was many years ago now, but yes, I remember Dr. Mikotoba very well. What? There's history? If my memory serves, it was some 15 years ago now that your father came to Britain as a visiting student. It was the year I was born, so yes, 16 years ago in fact. Mikotoba was a young practitioner of forensic science. What? That means Hisato's mom raised her on her own? Hello? Man? Men? And Jikoku accompanied him as a young promising judge. The and politeness of the Japanese at the time impressed us greatly. Not that I wish to imply impoliteness or carelessness on your part in any way. I didn't think that you were. Dr. Mikotoba studied forensics at one of London's large hospitals. St. Sinners. Wow, that's crazy, if I'm not mistaken. Dr. Sith was also there, as it happens. Then, Dr. Sith knows my father, does she? She was a young medical assistant at the time, so I doubt their paths crossed regularly. But I've no doubt they knew each other superficially. After all, Dr. Mikotoba was here studying his subject for some 6 years in total. 6 years? It's a long time to be studying abroad, isn't it? I lived with my grandmother in those years. So he left his newly born daughter behind and went overseas for 6 whole years? Okay, Runo gets me. Runo gets me. It was a rather turbulent time at home. Oh, perhaps father wanted a reason to get away. What do you mean? Why? Well, clearly something was going on at the time. I think turbulent kind of undersells it. I wanted to ask you, Lord Van Zieks, actually. I heard that his older brother was killed some years ago by a mass murderer known as the Professor, who targeted nobles and royalty. Is that right? You Japanese are a thorough lot. You've done your research well. Yes. And you could say it was that very incident that gave rise to the Reaper. What? Why? When his brother, Clint Van Zieks, was murdered, it was just after young Berk had graduated from the University of London and become a prosecutor, when obvious criminals who managed to evade conviction in court started disappearing. Rumors quickly spread throughout the capital. Londoners started to say that wherever Baron von Zieks went, the ghost of his dead brother wasn't far behind. My word! So, Lord Van Zieks isn't the Reaper. It's the ghost of his brother? A Ever since that time, he became a very aloof figure in London's legal circles. Interesting. Oh yes, Lord Strongheart. Go ahead. It's about Professor Harebrain's experimental machine. We'd like your permission to examine the remains, if possible. Spooky? I know. Ghosts? Are you well versed in science then? Not in the slightest. In fact, you could say I was barely aware of the subject at all until recently. Well, the special dispensation legally preventing investigation of the machine is currently being annulled. Within a few hours, Dr. Sith's team of forensics experts will begin their own investigation, but I suppose until then, there's no harm in you looking at the wreckage, as long as you touch nothing. Thank you! Being able to look at it is better than nothing. And I'll be able to see it too. Your time is up. You'll have to excuse me now, I'm afraid. My next engagement calls. We are extremely sorry to have troubled you when you were so busy, my lord. Who is this good-looking man? His name is Lord Strongheart. My husband? You want to marry him? I have very important matters to attend to in preparation for the symphoniism. You understand? Oh, he's just gone. All right. What the hell is going on in here? What's he doing? He's... Oh my! The whole wall of the cell is covered in mathematical equations. And he's still writing more now. Professor! Sorry to interrupt. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. And who is this young lady? My name is Susato Mikotoba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor. I feel like I quoted someone or something, but I do not know who or what. I don't like it. Who is this good-looking man, my husband? I can't say I'm familiar with that. Oh, if only I'd met a refined young woman like you sooner! None of this would have happened. Really? No, that's not logical. That makes no sense at all. Oh dear, I'm sorry if my presence here upsets you. Doesn't this just mean she's his type? I owe you an apology too, Professor. I didn't manage to deliver what I promised you I would in court this morning. Oh, no. The whole miserable affair, it all happened because I've been such a complete and utter clut. Professor Harebrain? What have you been working on in your cell? Oh, haha, you mean that? Oh dear, how embarrassing. I was suddenly struck by an idea, you see, and I simply had to write it down. The walls was all I had to hand. Oh! Is this some new hypothesis? Something to surpass super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, maybe? No, actually, this is my autobiography. What? Your autobiography? How I was diddled and fiddled by Albert Harebrain. I found I can represent my old fortunes with only odd numbers in an ambitious set of equations. I can't read today. This is Sato. She has the brain cell. She's the only one with the brain cell here. Really? I'm going to have to pay back all the loans I took for the kinesis machine, you see? So it's going to be a new serial publication from the next month. Part 1, an odd birth, an odd upbringing. You can't beat the man's optimism, that's for sure. I see. Well, for now, would you mind if we talked a little more about the case? Oh, yes, of course. I've been working through the numbers. I was diddled, I was fiddled, by the pair of them. By Asman, and by that aloof engineer Drebber. We're not going to have to sit through an explanation of all these equations, are we? Everything I believed in has been turned on its head. My research, Mr. Asman, the kinesis machine, my hypotheses even. I'm so sorry it's come to this. There was really no other way. No, it's not your fault. I wanted to protect my work, but in the end, there was nothing worth protecting. It was never my intention to deceive anyone. I didn't want to trick the public. No, of course you didn't. But in court this morning, I realized something. Oh? Man, it's just, yeah, when you get fiddled and diddled, that's actually the worst. If you done something wrong without knowing it, you've still done something wrong. Logically, it makes no difference if you're aware of it or not. Ignorance is a poor excuse. The blame still lies with me. Oh, Professor. He believed in me this morning, you know? Barrick did. He believed in my hypotheses. Well, I think that was just a necessary factor in the prosecution establishing its case. No, Barrick wouldn't do something like that. I'm sure he genuinely believed it. Did he? I think I understand now. Why it was that he decided to take on the prosecution in my trial, I mean. What? Are you sure you know? After the terrible accident happened, nobody would believe in my hypothesis anymore. Not the police, not the prosecution service, not any lawyers even. I feel like I dealt some kind of finishing blow there. So if any other prosecutor had taken the case, if it was anyone other than the Barrick, I'm sure the prosecution would have declared my hypotheses a complete and utter nonsense. And in that case, you would have been declared a fraud yourself, Professor. Exactly, which is why I've been a fate worse than death for me. But Barrick insisted that I was a proper man of science from start to finish. You think that's why he... I know him very well indeed. He's an extremely kind-hearted soul. What? But that extremely kind-hearted soul spent all morning trying to paint you as a murderer, didn't he? Well, admittedly, that part of the analysis appears to have some flaws in it. What? And what about the whole Reaper side of things? How does that fit in with the kind-hearted soul idea? Yeah, since when? Since when? Do you think he set off to trick me from the very start? I'm sorry to say, that does seem likely, yes. When I first met him, he introduced himself as a wealthy financier. He looked over the paper I'd written and said my work would benefit all of humanity and must be pursued. He was so enthused. He was so emphatic. But in reality, he was the mastermind of some vast criminal network, it seems. I still can't believe it. As the machine was essentially a set decoration for some stage magic, it probably didn't require a large amount of investment, actually. But the scale of it wasn't just some small trick. It was a very elaborate feat of deception. All young scientists are full of hope about their burgeoning ideas, full of zeal. But none of us have any money! We want to do research, but we can't afford it! Many of us take on barely legal part-time work to try to earn just a few measly pennies to carry on. To go through all of that, only to be taken for a complete fool. It's too rotten to believe. Oh, poor guy. It is, I agree. And that's why we have to find those responsible and bring them to justice. Mr. Asman is no more, of course, which leaves only the engineer. Mr. Enoch Drebber. Is he an engineer or a magician? Or a swindler? It was about a year ago when Mr. Asman first brought Drebber to meet me at my laboratory. Since then, I've met him many times to discuss details about the kinesis machine. But at no point did you have any inkling that he was just an illusionist? Yeah, double digits, baby. Hi, Calico! Hi, welcome back. It's good to see you. Double digits? What's double digits? Oh, he definitely wasn't just an illusionist. What do you mean? He was a wealth of deep scientific knowledge. There's no question that the man's a genuine scientist. It's instantly apparent in conversation. I see. You broke my subalert? What? How? But the wrecked man deceived you, Professor. It's unforgivable. We must do everything we can to find him and bring him to justice. Are there no more clues you can give us as to his whereabouts? I'm sorry. We've only ever discussed the kinesis machine. Nothing else. How about now? Nope. Bunk? Although, just once. I did visit his workshop. What? What workshop? Trevor's enormous fabrication laboratory where he constructed my great machine. Why didn't you mention this before? Enoch Drebber's workshop? There's every chance we might find the man there. Hello? Anyway, 10 months of Lucky Cat having to be the best magic cat. Thank you, Calico! Thank you so much for the 10 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back to the Lucky Cats. I hope you enjoy your stay and your badge and your emotes for the month. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you've been to Drebber's place of work then? Yes, just once, you understand? It was an enormous place. Plenty of room to construct the kinesis machine, you see? Where can we find it? We have to go there at once. There's a good chance that we'll find Drebber there. Well, yes, definitely. I'm sure. As in, I'm sure you're not going to want to hear this. But I have absolutely no idea where the workshop is at all. I'm so sorry! I was more than half expecting that. You see, I was blindfolded in the carriage the entire way there. What? He blindfolded you? He wasn't taking any chances then. The place was incredible! The pinnacle of modern engineering. Even the oil he used was the very best. A special French machine oil that's impossible to obtain in Britain. Ah, the indescribable scent of that imported oil. Perfumers across the world should forget their scent formulae and use that instead. That's so sussy and he just goes along with it. He's so dumb for a scientist. And he didn't suspect a thing. I know, right? How's the investigation going? We're just getting started interviewing people, to be honest. What do you think, Mrs. Sato? Is it a machine for your next birthday? I've never used any kind of perfume, Mr. Naruhodo, and I'm not sure I'd like to start with that. I don't suppose you know even a part of the workshop's address, Professor? You don't have a business card from Mr. Drebber, for example? That man was clearly very cautious, Mrs. Sato. I'm sure he would— Aha! Yes, I do! He gave me his business card once. It's right here, look! What? Let me see that! Throw etiquette to the wind, why don't you? Book smarts, not street smarts. I don't even know if he has book smarts, to be honest. Enoch Drebber, engineer. I'm afraid that's all it says. There's no address. No. Oh well, I can't say I'm surprised. Still, this could be a useful... At this point we are questioning his degree? Yeah, no, I am questioning it hard. This dark smudge here. I think perhaps it's a machine oil. Yes, possibly. Professor Harebrain mentioned something about the oil Mr. Drebber uses, isn't he? He said it was specifically imported, very high-quality oil that's impossible to obtain in Britain. Yes, that's right. But more importantly, that it's more fragrant than the finest perfume. So, excuse me for a moment. Oh, it doesn't appear to have any scent at all. Don't worry, I expect that's just because there's such a tiny amount on here. The heck are these things? I don't diss my alma. Hi, Eagle! Welcome back. It's good to see you. University of Cereal box grad this one. He's trying his best. I wonder if I can present this. Professor, do you recognize this? Oh, it's Andrew, my faithful friend. How good have you been? You alright? Nobody's mistreated you, have they? Don't worry, he's being very well looked after. I always rub him with machine oil until he's gleaming. Right. And then, when I come to tighten a screw with him, he slips in my hand and I can't do it. Ha ha ha. That's the age-old problem faced by driver files the world over, isn't it? I really wouldn't know, I'm afraid. This guy's weird as heck. What's his major in? His best. Hello, party people. Hi, Raccoon. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Hi, Clover. Hi, Eagle. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Welcome into my Ace Attorney stream. I'm trying to finish this today, but I don't know if I will because this is kind of taking me a while. Okay. Let's do this one. Ugh! I believe this is it. Dr. Sith's laboratory. That chemical smell really assaults the nose. There's plenty to assault the eyes in here, too. It looks as though the doctor isn't here. But we're here now, so we may as well do some sightseeing, don't you think? What a seasoned tourist you've become, Miss Susato. We could just have a little look around, being careful not to upset any restless souls. What? Hi, Blizz! Welcome back! It's good to see you! I did pee today. You pee today? A table and a set of sharp tools. When you consider each in isolation, it all looks quite innocent. So why is it that when you put them side by side, they seem so horribly disturbing? It might be best not to ponder it too deeply. It's me, I'm Restless Soul. I hope you can rest soon. Huh? Wait, no. I don't know if that came out right, but anyway. I'm assuming you know what I mean. Seeing the large tome that's open on the desk does make me wonder, though. How can anybody concentrate on bookwork with this acrid odor of chemicals in the air? You'd either have a cast iron constitution or a really terrible sense of smell. Kunk! Thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate it. And I did pee today. You pee today? Every day. I'm glad to hear it. I missed ya. Aw, thank you. I missed you too. I hope you've been well. I feel like I haven't really done much. What's in here? Look at this big, thick book here. Ah, it appears to be an accounting ledger. It's a record of the forensics investigation team's spending, I think. Oh? What is it? It's clear that the team purchases various equipment and supplies on a monthly basis, but... Well, one entry seems rather strange. Really? In what way? You're buying 500 scalpels every month! 500? You must be working really hard on dissecting corpses. I don't know. Judicial autopsies are only carried out in certain special circumstances, and scalpel blades can be sharpened too. It does seem a bit strange, you're right. 500 scalpels in a month? What could they possibly be using all of them for? Oh, that's sussy. Everybody asks if Clover pee today, but nobody contributes to it. Keep them kidneys healthy. Thank you for the hydrate, Relics. I appreciate it. You pee today, though, Relics? A lot of stabbing going on? That'd be crazy. What are you doing? Ah! Oh, she's back. So, sorry, we, had something we wanted to ask you, but you weren't here, so... So you thought you'd snoop around? That's acceptable to you people from the East, is it? Well, what do you want? Lord Strongheart told us, you see, that it was you who examined the victim's body. Mr. Asman's body, I mean. So we came to ask you about your findings, on Lord Strongheart's advice. Very well. If the Lord Chief Justice has given his consent, I'll tell you what our investigation revealed. But when we're done, you must leave immediately. She's kind of cool. Maybe you a cop? I'm not a copper. I'm a magical girl. So you want to know what the forensics investigation team determined from its examination of the scene? The victim, Mr. Odie Osman, who disappeared from the experimentation stage amid an explosion, and the Mr. Asman who appeared moments later partway up the Crystal Tower, were without question one and the same person. That is the team's conclusion. But that can't be right! If it was an elaborate trick, we can only speculate about how it was carried out. Let's see, if two people who look very similar to each other were involved, they could have made it appear as if one single person had switched places, couldn't they? Very true, but sadly in this instance, that was not the case. The man who disappeared and the man who subsequently reappeared was the same person. The fingerprints at the scene make it quite evident. Ah, fingerprints! They're not yet officially recognized as forensic evidence in the British justice system, but one day they will be used as an investigative aid as a matter of course. Oh my, but that would mean that the instantaneous kinesis actually took place. So, where does that leave us? Fingerprints, that sounds shoddy to me. Hi Dan, welcome back, it's good to see you. Hello miss, how are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful, thank you so much for asking. My team was tasked with investigating, not drawing conclusions. Instantaneous kinesis is impossible, and yet the body did move from one place to the other. This hasn't cleared up anything at all. It's made the whole thing even more of a mystery. Huh? Mama, what is this? Ah! Where did she spring from? And did she just call the doctor Mama? This is a lawyer, dear. Oh. Hello. To meet you. But pleased to meet you. Mama? Yes? Can I cut this one up? What? I've never seen an inside of an Eastern person before. I want to know what it looks like. Of course you can't. It's a live specimen, as you can very well see. Boring. I think I just had a near-death experience. Oh man, I love Runo. Oh dear, Mr. Naruhodo, you're as pale as a corpse. Then let's leave before I'm mistaken for one. So, what are you doing at the moment, Doctor? Keeping a close eye on things, so no impertinent Easterners think they can look around my office. Are there such impertinent Easterners around? How terrible. Yes, you. Doesn't mince her words, Miss Usato. I think perhaps it's time we left. Okay, I guess I'm leaving. Well, full marks for curiosity. I think I'm gonna go here. We're probably gonna talk to Gina or... Oh, there she is. I had no idea there were so many people in the world. I know what you mean. It's really packed in here today. It feels as though it's taken us 2 hours just to make our way through the crowds to this point. Has it? I shut my brain down so I didn't really notice, to be honest. Gosh, I do wish I had your absence of mind sometimes, Mr. Naruhodo. Same. There you are. I had a feeling you two would show your mugs before long. Oh, Inspector Gregson! I see your heart is at work as usual. Warm greetings to you. I do hope you've been keeping well since we last met. What's with all the ceremony? We just saw each other in court this morning. Not you, Sunshine. Sunshine! Sorry. The gentlewoman so loyally at your side. Oh! Why, thank you, Inspector. How good of you to notice. Might be a bit rough around the edges, but he's still a proper English gentleman at heart, I suppose. As you probably guessed, we're hoping to investigate the scene some more. Right, well, that's the young trainee's domain. Oi! Get over here, Gina! Oh, the dog is so cute! He seems to be busy playing with a puppy. Probably giving it a traditional East End training. Gina? She's a police officer now? Amazing, isn't it? She's a good kid, actually. Heart's in the right place, anyway. She's got the detection bug, if you ask me. Yup, I think she'll follow in my footsteps nicely. What do you mean? I'm being transferred. It's time for me to say toodaloo to London. No, really? That's a bit sudden, isn't it? I had no idea. Where are you going to be posted then? We'll come to see how you're getting along. Not likely, but you're welcome to try. If you don't mind a trip to France, that is. To France? I'll be working in the Paris Police Prefecture. Should be right up my alley. But France? It's an entirely different country. I don't understand. Why would you be sent there? It's the way the adult world works, sunshine. Now don't go poking your nose in where it's not wanted. Sussy! I'm intending to take the kid with me when I go. What? You're taking Gina to Paris? Well, I can't leave her here in London. Who knows what'd become of her? I suppose he's worried she'd slip back into slipping her hands into people's pockets and purses. I don't think he's worried about her pickpocketing, Mr. Naruhodo. I think he's worried about the Reaper. Oh! Of course! So that's playing on Inspector Gregson's mind too, isn't it? Anyway, I haven't mentioned any of this to Gina, so don't go blabbing. You hear me? No, of course not. Switching from fish and chips to baguettes? Maybe we can still get fish and chips in Paris. I've got to keep that diving diva safe and sound. Until all this is over, at least. Oi! Did you just call me a bloomin' diving diva again? So you heard that, did you? Right, well, any questions about the scene? You can put them to my capable detective diva here. Alright, you've heard the boss. Inspector Lestrade's in charge here now. I suppose I'd better keep my word and not mention anything about Paris. So, Gina, you've got a new dog, have you? Oh, cute! Isn't he great? Toby's his name. How delightful! He's absolutely adorable. Yes, the dog does seem lovely. Holy Poppy! What? Poppy! But it's the not-so-lovely Inspector Gregson that's playing on my mind, to be honest. Yeah, his name's Toby. Is that for Tobias? Gina, we were actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again. Yeah, alright. If it's around here, you can do what you like. Oh, that's alright, is it? I'm gonna be playing with my new friend here. Yes, Toby. Oh, cute! The machine that exploded must be at the top of those stairs, I presume? I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind. Sorry, you can't go up there, Snooze. Snooze? Sorry. Oh! It's like I told Odo yesterday. Even I ain't allowed near that wreck. What's it called again? The reason we ain't supposed to touch it? The Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act? Is that what you were thinking of? That's the one! That's why only them lot are allowed to investigate it. What are they called again? The Forensic something? The Forensics Investigation Team? Is that what you were thinking of? That's the one, yeah! But isn't it the case that the special dispensation has been lifted? I think so. I don't really get it, to be truthful with ya. You're still supposed to get permission from some bigwig or other as far as I know. What was his name again? Lord Strange something? I'm not sure if that's quite right, Gina. I think you mean Lord Strongheart, perhaps? That's the one, yeah? Apparently he's always watching the time or something. Actually, we've just recently been to see Lord Strongheart. Eh? You what? You met him? Last time, the boss was called to go see him and he waited for 3 hours at the Cove's office and came back sniveling. Tragic. Well, Lord Strongheart is giving us permission to examine the scene, as long as we touch nothing. Hi Ian, welcome back. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Tragic. Oh yeah? Honestly. Alright then, go ahead. But if it turns out you're lying, it'll be the boss who gets it. He'll never eat another chip again in his life. So, you're still saying all this aboard is above board, yeah? Wow. Alright, I'm asleep, bro. Ignore that? What? What? Ignore what? Good night, Dwight. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm sure everything will be fine. Wait, am I a bro? You see me as a bro? I'm honored. Thank you, Dwight. I appreciate that. Would be tragic. Alright then. Thumbs the stairs. Off you go. Firm handshake on the way out. That's what I'm saying. Dab me up. Oh, thank you, Gina. It was great, weren't it? I had a right laugh. It was a new one on me that... You know, being in court and not spending the whole time worrying if I'm about to be found out. You did keep an awful lot of secrets in all your previous court appearances, didn't you? Yeah, and the Odos made things hard for me every single time and all. Just doing my job, Gina. But watching someone else get it in the neck is a lot of fun, actually. It was amazing when you showed that dodgy professor's dodgy experiment was a total fix. The dodgy professor, as you put it, Gina, is Mr. Naruhodo's client. Yes, I'm starting to wish he wasn't, though. What? You can't just say that! It's the boss I feel sorry for, sent off to do the impossible. What? What do you mean? He's supposed to arrest that other cove, ain't he? And in time for tomorrow and all. You know, the dodgy engineer. What's his name again? Mr. Drebber, you mean? Enoch Drebber? That's the one, yeah! So the police are looking for this mysterious man with the black monocle. I guess they would be. It's putting too much on the boss, if you ask me. He says it's giving him a gut ache. Oh dear, but I do wonder if that isn't actually from all the fried food. So Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Drebber. I wonder if they've had any luck. He's really funny looking. Got two eyes what don't match. Stole a glimpse of a picture of him earlier. What? I mean, I didn't actually pinch it or nothing. The old devil's got it. Sorry? Who? You know, that Scowlin' Reaper what's always glugging down glasses with that blood-red plunk. What is she saying? Ah, Lord Van Zeeks. He's always at it for me, that cove. Don't know what he's always scowling about, mind. Probably would have been pretty good boss as it goes. She'd rather be the Reaper's apprentice than Detective's trainee? The way I see it, if the choice is between a chip-guzzling detective and a chalice-glugging demigod, you're equally bad off with both. I suppose you're right. I hadn't thought of it like that. Glad we put that one to bed. Anyway, the point is, everyone at the yard's dead set on finding the fishy engineer. But there don't seem to be no clues to go on, so they're stuck. There's nothing that can lead us to Drebber at all? Yeah, who's this dog? Where'd you find that little mutt then, Gina? Oi! Don't be so flamin' rude, Odo. Slight overreaction, don't you think? He ain't no mutt, alright? Toby's... how do they put it? He can sniffer, right? Oh yeah, a bone-finned detective. Sorry? I've given him a proper title and everything. It's Chief Inspector Toby to you. More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he? Oh, so he's a police dog, is he? The police recruit dogs now? I've heard that they're already being used officially in Germany as part of their city policing. They're used for chasing criminals and such like. They have a wonderful sense of smell, after all. I have a fairly good sense of smell myself. So Runo is saying he can sniffer? As it happens, I can tell undergarments that have been freshly laundered from undergarments that haven't. What? Are you sure you want to talk about this? That's nothing compared to this little fella, Odo. Oh, really? According to what the boss said. Once Toby here's got a good whiff of your drawers, he could chase that scent to the other side of the world. What? To the other side of the world? You mean he can swim? Mr. Naruhodo, I think you may have missed the point by rather a wide margin. I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill. I'm telling ya, Odo, there's gonna be more and more dogs doing their bit for the police in the future. Yes, I agree. Right. One of these days, they'll be barking orders at us lot, not the other way around. Oh dear. Sorry, Gina. I don't think I agree with your vision quite that much. Well, anyway, whatever you think about that, Toby here is Britain's first police dog. I found him down the East End the other day. Someone had just chucked him out on the street. There you go. I knew she'd lifted him from somewhere. Oh, Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and animals. So why not use him? I don't think they had anything, but if I present this, maybe. About this, Gina. Yeah, I'm still learning me letters at the moment. Oh, poor Gina! I know A to E, so if it ain't too much bleeding trouble. Actually, Gina, it's the back of the card that's important. Eh? How come? There's just a dirty old smudge on the back, that's all. It turns out that this is a very high-quality French machine oil. It has a very particular scent, apparently. You don't say! Let's have a whiff of it then. You sure? I don't smell nothing. No, we didn't mean that you should smell it. Oh, right. You mean Toby. The sense of smell is so good he can track people over the oceans, can't he? Professor Harebrain informs us that this oil is unique to Mr. Drebber's workshop. Oh, I love the dog gun. Pew pew. Gina the sniffer. I think he's picked up a scent. So you mean, if he follows the scent of this oil, Toby can lead us to that dodgy cove's workshop? That's right. That's exactly what we were hoping. Alright then, we'll give it a go. I'll just borrow that. What? Wait, when did you... Once a pickpocket? If I can lead everyone to that Drebber's workshop, I'll be the boss's boss before next week. Oh yes, Gina. I'm sure you'll be promoted. Poor Gregson. Right then, Odo, leave it to me. Sorry? We're gonna get going after that dodgy engineer cove right this minute. Oh, but hang on. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty here all the time. I'm afraid we can't help. We need to get on with our investigation as well, Gina. Oh, right. Oh well, never mind. It ain't gonna be me what gets it in the neck. It'll be the boss. Poor Gregson again. Ready, Toby? Got that oil, have ya? Come on then, boy. See ya later. Oh, so cute. The pupper is so cute. I do hope the scent of the oil leads them to that swindler's workshop. Yes, I hope so too. Ideally before the dog swims across the channel to France. Alright. Up we go. These stairs lead up to the experimentation stage. Let's go and see what we can find out. Oh my! So this is the machine? That was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis had taken place? Yes, that's right. Or rather, it was the machine. It's a little worse for wear at the moment. What extraordinary lengths Professor Harebrain went in order to obtain the research grant. No! The professor was tricked as well. He didn't know anything about it. Yes, of course. It is amazing, though, isn't it? The scale of the whole affair is so very British. You're right about that. You'd never see such a grand deception in Japan, that's for sure. Oh, look. Is that... Lord Van Zieks? So, I think we're more or less done here, aren't we? Shall we, Mr. Sato? Already? He is the Reaper, remember? We do well to keep our distance, I think. But we have permission to be here, from the top. We're perfectly well allowed to investigate this machine, as long as we don't touch anything. From the top? Do you mean Lord Strongheart? Exactly. So we can stay here and stare at this wreckage for as long as we like. She could have been at the center of the explosion here and it wouldn't have bent her steel will. What a terrible explosion it must have been. Even the steel girders have buckled and twisted in the blast. What did they call the birdcage was right in the middle of it all. Just here. But look, Mr. Naruto, that metal grill on the floor. Looks as though it's designed to open. It does, doesn't it? If the floor had opened up at the precise moment the explosion occurred, the birdcage could have dropped through and disappeared from sight. I don't think there's any doubt that this was a very elaborate hoax, is there? Ugh. Least approachable man in the world winner. 10 years in a row. Be strong, Mr. Naruto! Your country and your assistant stand firm behind you. I love them. Lord Van Zieks? What? Well, beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? I thought I was making it quite clear that I didn't want to be disturbed. Apparently, you Nipponese are unequipped to read the signs. Oh, I read them. So, what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited. Oh, well, the thing is... Lord Chief Justice Strongheart granted us permission to investigate, on the condition that we didn't disturb anything. And yet you've managed to disturb me. Ah! Never mind. State your business then. Come to think of it, I have quite a few things I'd like to ask Lord Van Zieks about. Not least of which is that awful case, even though it's nothing to do with this. Ask away, Mr. Naruhodo. You won't know unless you try. Your brother Clint. So, Clint. What's the name of your older brother, I understand, Lord Van Zieks? You Nipponese. I always have to be on guard whenever you're around. You've been investigating me, have you? Oh, no, it's not like that. Well, alright, it is a bit like that. My older brother was also a prosecutor. He was the pride of the Van Zieks family. But tragically, a vicious killer took him from us. Professor, you mean? Is something funny? That's the extent of what you've discovered, is it? I shouldn't be surprised. Sleep time, I just have to say. Good night, Relics. I see we have a lot of Van Zieks fans here. Sorry? There's more to it then? Lackluster work is very much your trademark, isn't it? Ugh, you're too kind. Are you going to tar all Nipponese with the same brush next? So tell me, what's your interest in that historic incident? As it happens, Lord Van Zieks, there's a rather curious case that's come to our attention. Are you aware of the Madame Suspel's Museum of Waxwork by any chance? I am, naturally. I believe that since last month I feature in one of the displays there for public scorn. Of course the famous Reaper of the Bailey would have been exhibited, wouldn't he? Well, a particular waxwork has been stolen from the place and held for ransom. A particular waxwork? Which? Wait, you mean? Yes, it's the professor. Mr. Sholmes is investigating the case as we speak. I was unaware of that. He's turned as white as a sheet. Huh. Are the police trying to locate the engineer, Mr. Drebber, already? Surely that goes without saying. We're very keen to see him found as well. The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of the man we heard in court earlier. Which, according to Professor Hairbrain, was of a tall, thin gentleman who has straight white hair and wears a black monocle. So, I was just wondering. I mean, I realize it's probably not possible, but We'd very much appreciate any more clues you can give us. Okay, Susato? Wow, Susato-san really knows how to take the bull by the horns. Fine, why not? I have a photograph of the man here from an investigation 10 years ago. Though it appears he had already had the black monocle at the time. Who is this? What? Oh, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared that with us. We all need the man's testimony in court tomorrow, which means we have to do everything we possibly can to track him down in the short time available. So why wouldn't I show you the photograph? Is it about Lord Van Zieks? Sometimes I just can't work him out at all. Well, thank you for the photo. The file I requested for the trial tomorrow. Thank you. That was so creepy. Are you alright? Who is this man, Mr. Naruto? Lord Van Ziek's apprentice, apparently. So I'm not the only one. Misato-san can see it too. Lord Van Zieks, may we speak with your apprentice for a moment? With him? Why? Kazuma-sama! Kazuma? I don't believe it! Your posture, your presence, it can only be... It's you! Isn't it, Kazuma-sama? Felt something strange the very first time I encountered this cloaked figure. As if I knew him somehow. Can it really be you, Kazuma? Wait! Too late. What's going on here? Oh my god, the chills I had! Jesus! Oh my god! What is your interest in my apprentice exactly? You act as if you know the man or something. Well, since when has he been in your care? I don't recall you having an apprentice before I left Britain 6 months ago. Lord Strongheart introduced me to him about 3 months ago now, with instructions to mentor him as a prosecutor. But he didn't tell you why, did he? The man appears to be suffering from amnesia. He's forgotten every last detail about himself. He has amnesia? Tomorrow, he will appear in the court at my side. What? He's to serve as my judicial assistant, on Lord Strongheart's orders. He'll be in court with us? Now then, unless I'm much mistaken, I believe this conversation has run its course. Oh, yes, thank you. I definitely saw a reaction there. When Susato-san called out like that, it really seemed to hit a nerve. When she called out Kazuma-sama. Damn! Damn! Okay, I guess he doesn't like any of the stuff I like. Do I examine anything? Do I have anything to examine? What about this? This wasn't here yesterday. Really? But if I'm not mistaken, it's the cage in which the victim was standing before he was apparently beamed through the air. That's right, the bird cage. According to what Professor Hairbrain said in court, it's made of wood. Or more precisely, Japanese cypress, I think. And despite having been in an explosion and then falling from great height, it's relatively unharmed. What wonderfully durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruhodo? I'd understood that the forensics investigation team had taken it away yesterday to examine it. I suppose they must have brought it back here when they finished their work. But sadly, not with the body inside. No, that's right. I know we're given strict instructions not to touch anything, but still, this is too important a piece of evidence to overlook. We might need it for the trial. You'd already met that masked man, hadn't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, yesterday, in fact, at Lord Van Zeek's office. I see. And if Kazuma-sama really is still alive, it means that Mr. Sholmes lied to us. I know. We're going to need to speak to him about that. You're going to have to leave now. The forensics investigation team are due to arrive shortly. If they find you here, it will cause problems. What sort of problems? Foreign affair problems. Well, we could do without that. Alright, we'll be on our way. Let's go, Miss Susato. Of course. This is getting crazy. Well, I think we've done all the investigating we can here for now. If we could just determine the whereabouts of Mr. Drebber. I'm sure Gina and little Toby won't let us down. Now then, do you think we ought to try to speak with Mr. Sholmes at this point? We have things to discuss, and I'm dying to meet him again after all these months. Yes, it's quite possible he might know something useful, you're right. We ought to find him at Madame Suspel's. He's supposed to be working there as a temporary waxwork exhibit. Yes! Iris told me all about his latest unusual venture. I bet you didn't expect that plot point. Oh my! No wonder it's called the House of Horrors. I'd like to turn on my heels and go straight home, via the confectionery. Being scared makes you crave sweets? I can understand that. But you know, there's something about that waxwork over there. It looks exactly like Mr. Sholmes down to the very last detail. Aha! What is it? Oh, sorry. I think you'll find that's the temporary waxwork himself. Kazuma the Mask is kind of hot. I mean, he is just hot. My friend of the dedicated employee. Oh, yes! Hello again. It's Runosuke. Runosuke Naruhodo. I must say, I'm quite spellbound by the great detective. He is a marvel. My precious waxwork is already back to where it belongs. You don't mean... But yes! The mystery is solved already. Wow, Mr. Sholmes can really engage his brain when he's hungry enough. So as you can see, he has returned to his habitual duties. Sholmes, my beloved, I love him so much. He's so dumb, but smart. His habitual duties? Allures. Do not disturb, huh? But we have to talk to him! Poor Susato. She looks very perplexed. We really do need to speak with Mr. Sholmes, and I am longing to say hello again. But where is he? Why I oughta? This is an actual this is what I look like when I say why I oughta to you guys, when I pick a fight with you guys in chat. I think you might find that he's quite nearby, actually. Oh! What do you... Indeed, my dear fellows, it is I! Hi, Garrick! Welcome back! It's good to see you. Wow, did my voice just crack? Where is he? I can't see him. You can't see him? He's just blended in. The world-famous great detective and waxwork, Sherlock Sholmes. flip him in shock. Hi, I've been lurking, but that was so funny. Hi, thank you so much for lurking. I appreciate it. Susanoo-san! Susanoo-san! She passed out from shock. You look so sad. My most humble apologies. I thought I died and gone to eternal paradise for a moment, via London. My dear madame, allow me to make amends by offering you a tasty free deduction at some point. As long as it's not of questionable street food quality. I don't understand. Why are you working as a waxwork here, Mr. Sholmes? Merely a secret identity, you understand? Though the case is largely solved now. Largely solved? We're talking about a waxwork abduction, I presume? Indeed, you are, my good fellow. As I predicted, it was easy as proverbial pie. Though, I confess, I yet to partake of pie, proverbial or otherwise, or any food so far today, for that matter. Hi, Eliana! Thank you so much for the posture check. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Welcome into my, Sherlock Sholmes time. Is he hungry? That stomach rumbled echoed around the whole museum. So how did you manage to solve it so quickly? Well, do remember I said it was largely unsolved. Anyway, I simply negotiated with the culprit. Are you familiar with the so-called telephone? Oh yes, it's a most modern invention, allowing you to hold a conversation with people far away. Well, thank you for the hearts, Eliana. I appreciate it. He said he didn't need anything. Makes you wonder how long he's been there. He's working real hard. The determination. Find you a man just as loyal. How's the case going, man? There's so many customers today. Oh, no worries. I hope you're having a great time at work. It's going well, I think. We're going pretty steadily. I think I haven't needed to go back and forth so far. In Japan, only the imperial capital and the handful of other cities are connected as yet. This morning, a telephone call was received here from the perpetrator of the abduction. As such, I was able to negotiate terms, and in the end, the waxwork was returned. That's amazing! Just between you and I, it would appear the culprit had always intended to return the stolen waxwork in any event. Oh, but I thought whoever was responsible had demanded a ransom, no? Yes, I think perhaps the ransom demand was necessary to avoid unwanted suspicion regarding the true motive. What? But does that not mean your negotiating was entirely unnecessary? Hi, Regulus. Welcome back. I did pee today. You pee today? A fact that I must ask you to keep from Madame Suspels at all costs. A hungry young Iris awaits my return to Baker Street after all. Poor Iris. Now then, do I sense that you have some business with this great waxwork? We do! Hi, Boyskis! Welcome back! It's good to see you! Welcome in! Welcome into my Great Ace Attorney stream. We are currently investigating Sherlock Sholmes himself. Pete! I'm glad to hear it. Wow, I said that like me? What? Wait. I'm literally just a soundboard. Whatever. We're in the process of trying to track somebody down. Oh? Yes, a man by the name of Enoch Drebber. He's the swindler who duped Professor Hairbrain and the engineer who built the kinesis machine. A swindler and an engineer? Quite the modern man. He also seems to be a conjurer of sorts too, with a considerable knowledge of stage magic. We really need to locate him before the trial resumes tomorrow morning. But we have so few clues to go on. That's the trouble. Do you have any good ideas? I have no data yet. It is a capital mistake to have good ideas before one has data. If I knew something of the man's appearance at least, I may be in a better position to help. Yes, Drebber's appearance. Fortunately for you, however, presently I have little to occupy myself and little to fill my stomach. As soon as you find any clue, no matter how small, I should gladly give you my thoughts on it. Okay, well, I know what to present him. Mr. Sholmes, did you lie to us? Oh, the music stopped. My dear Naruhodo, say that piercing stare. What is this about? Last winter, when we were first on our way to Britain aboard the steamship, your words were very clear. So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led us to this curious murder. You told us that it was murder, and you examined Kazuma-sama's body. Indeed, and wherein lies the problem? We met him earlier today, the victim, Kazuma Asogi. You're quite sure? He was wearing some sort of mask and was apparently suffering from amnesia. But yes, I'm quite sure it was Kazuma-sama. Hi, Milby! Welcome back! It's good to see you! Welcome into my Great Ace Attorney stream. I hope you're having a great day. I'm currently trying to uncover if my best friend died or not. You must have known at the time, Mr. Sholmes. Kazuma has a twin? Not another twin! That he wasn't actually dead. Well, I can only assume I was swept up in the murderous atmosphere of the moment. But the fellow wasn't dead at all? Ha 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 ha! Priceless! I don't suppose that performance would pass muster, would it, Mr. Naruhodo? How's it? It's turning out it's going well. I could believe that the crewman present at the time made a mistake, but not you, Mr. Sholmes. We're currently confronting him and it's getting serious. I will now tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you welcome to remember that. Please, Mr. Sholmes. Tomorrow, in court, you will find yourself on the threshold of a great mystery. For now, I'm afraid that is all I can say. What? This guy lied to us, and now he's like, I just can't tell you. Mr. Sholmes, would you cast your eyes over this photographic print? It's of Mr. Enoch Drebber, the face of the engineer we seek. Well, all Englishmen look broadly the same, of course, so looking at the photograph won't be particularly instructive. Are you alright, Mr. Sholmes? You're cooking some crepes? Can I have some? Yes, forgive me. Very interesting, very interesting indeed. What's wrong, Mr. Sholmes? You've turned quite pale all of a sudden. I have a suggestion, Mr. Naruhodo. Will you indulge me? Oh, well, what is it? As I explained to you when you arrived, the missing waxwork has been returned. I personally reinstalled it in the exhibit from which it was taken, behind those thick curtains. Oh yes, the Professor exhibit, isn't it? Would you like to see it? For a mere 5 shillings? That's a special one-time only price, you understand? What? Sure, I may too? Thank you, I appreciate it. The opportunity won't come again, I might add. Wouldn't you like to see the fruits of my labor? Oh, well, we do have a rather pressing investigation to carry out. Perhaps we could postpone? The price is a very reasonable 5 shillings. I think you'll find it's well worth it. Are you being quite serious, Mr. Sholmes? Surely you need only look at my expression to ascertain if this is serious or silliness? I can never tell with you, that's the point. Very well, it couldn't hurt. Here's your 5 shillings. Oh my god, he just scammed her. Gratefully received. So, the special exhibit awaits behind the curtain. I invite you to pursue it at your leisure. Peruse? Peruse? Peruse! Well, the money's been spent, so let's go and see the special exhibit. Where are those heavy curtains at last? $5 shillings we've had to pay. It doesn't seem right somehow that Mr. Sholmes slipped the money into his own pocket, does it? No. Well, we could ask Gina to retrieve it for us, using her special skills. Pickpocketing police officers and diddling detectives. Is this what makes Britain great? Not to mention demigod prosecutors taking the law into their own hands, or chip-lopping inspectors. Inspector Gregson comes off rather well in that list, I think. Mr. Sholmes is acting real shady lately. I know! I like him! Why is he doing this to me? Oh dear, I felt a shiver run down my spine as soon as we walked in here. Mrs. Sato! I say we turn on our heels and go straight home, via a really big confectionery. We certainly can't do that. We paid 5 shillings already. True. Actually, now that I'm looking a little more closely, we've paid good money to see an exhibit that's clearly incomplete. The nerve of the great diddling detective is far terrifying than anything else in this place. This must be what Mr. Sholmes meant when he said that the case was largely solved. Be that as it may, Mr. Sholmes heavily implied there'd be a clue about the engineer in here, didn't he? But where? Since we paid 5 shillings, let's do 5 shillings worth of investigation, shall we? Yes, we will get what we paid for. Is that fear or frustration that's making Susato-san's voice tremble? Oh boy. This must be the killer! The fiend known as the Professor. Yes, I think so. According to what Madame Suspel said, he killed 5 victims, all of noble or royal blood. The waxwork is so lifelike, isn't it? Like all the models in this place. I know. It looks like it's start moving at any moment, doesn't it? If only if I had a head, that is. Perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. Huh? Huh? So this is the condemned man. Yes, the so-called professor. Then, perhaps his head was chopped off by a guillotine? But unable to find peace, he emerged from his grave as a headless ghost? Do we have to entertain such terrifying ideas, Mrs. Sato? Anyway, I'm sure the model had a head once. There's a metal fitting for it, see? Then, perhaps Mr. Sholmes absentmindedly forgot to reattach it? That's an extremely absent-minded detective you're describing, isn't it? Or perhaps the thief absentmindedly forgot to include the head when he or she returned it to the museum? That would be an extremely absent-minded thief. Could there have been some reason why only the head wasn't returned? Well, whatever the reason, it means we don't know what the face of the infamous professor looked like, do we? Oh. There's something caught just inside the convict's jacket here. It looks like a piece of broken glass. And quite a big piece, too. It's very thick, isn't it? About 5 times thicker than a normal window glazing, I'd say. Where could such a thick piece of glass have come from, I wonder? I suppose it must have been made thick to increase its strength? But why? Well, perhaps because the glass had to span a particularly wide area, such as a big building, for example. Ah, well, we've seen a large glass building recently, haven't we? And some of the glass was broken too. You don't mean... Exactly, the Crystal Tower at the Great Exhibition. But why would a glass from the Crystal Tower be lodged inside this waxwork's jacket? It makes you think, doesn't it? What? Earlier in the court, we established that the kinesis experiment was a trick. And now we discovered this fragment of glass here in this waxwork. Is it just a coincidence? Oh, I don't like that. Oh, no, no, no. This part of the exhibit is just as disturbing as the rest. It looks so real. It seems to be a young man in a white overcoat. He has a large shovel in his hand, too. Look. Perhaps we should investigate a little more in a little more detail. Uh-oh. What's this here? Well, this would appear to be a lens in the middle, so I believe it's probably a camera. A camera? But it's so small! British technology is incredible, isn't it? I mean, what about Mr. Sholmes' skin prints? I think perhaps you should treat Mr. Sholm's inventions as exceptions to the rule. But anyway, why would the man be in a graveyard at night with a camera? I wonder. Perhaps he was trying to capture the moment a dead body came back as a ghost on film. Let's just borrow this for a little while, I think. By looking at the photographic plate inside the camera, we can see what picture was taken. What's a photographic plate? It's a piece of glass coated in special emulsion that reacts to light coming through the lens. If we open the cover at the back of the camera, we should find it. Let's have a look. You should see yourself, Susato-san. Your eyes are shining. You really do like machinery, don't you? What else am I supposed to look at? She really does look like machinery. Sorry, I didn't mean it. What a large shovel. He's holding it rather ominously, isn't he? What on earth was the man doing with a shovel in the graveyard in the middle of the night? Miss Susato? Yes? That's a spade, isn't it? No, it's a shovel. No. Shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. We've been through this, Mr. Naruhodo. It's a shovel. No. Although, we haven't considered trolls. We've allowed ourselves to be distracted, I feel. Perhaps we should concentrate on what the man was doing with the implement. So we're going to bury the hatchet? You're right, though. What was the man doing in the graveyard in the first place? That's the real question. Oh, look! The cover came open. Yes, now, there should be a glass plate inside. You have to change the plate with each new photograph you want to take, you see. How's my favorite Grizzly Bear? She's doing wonderful. Thank you so much for asking, Yozada. Hello, welcome back. Welcome into my Great Ace Attorney stream. There's no plate. It's been removed. Ah, what pity. I suppose if you think about it, this wouldn't be the actual camera that was used at the time, just like the waxwork isn't the actual person. So we'd never have found a photographic print of the executed convict coming back to life anyway. But how are you? I hope you're doing well. Oh, yes. You're quite right, of course. Poor Susato-san. She looks devastated. Yeah, I might just skip this because I don't think it's that important. Oh, blood! What a wonderful machine! You really love contraptions like this, don't you? Oh, yes. Anything mechanical I find absolutely irresistible. Almost irresistible, surely? Well, whenever I see a pocket watch, for example, I can't help myself. I simply have to take it apart. That's worrying. Yes, Father tells the time by the rumblings of his stomach now. He's given up having a watch. Poor Professor Mikotoba. Look, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it? On the bellows just here, there seems to be some very dark red stains. Yes, you're right. It looks like blood, actually. Oh my. I'm sure it's not what you're thinking. Ha 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 ha. That's not creepy at all. Okay, well. Hello? What else am I supposed to examine? This flame? Why won't it let me inspect his face? Oh. I can't see his face very well, can you? Perhaps if I just... Oh! Do you think we should be manhandling the exhibits, Mr. Naruhodo? We'll put it right back exactly as it was, don't worry. What on earth? How can... I don't believe it. A black monocle. Mr. Naruhodo, is it possible that this man is... Yes. It's Enoch Drebber! The color of his hair is different, but it's unmistakably him! Indeed it is. Mr. Sholmes! This man is the subject of your present hunt, I believe. Yes, that's right. Just who is this man? Why is he here in this exhibit? And why does the convict behind him have no head? The head was missing when the model was returned by the thief who stole it. What a surprise. So then, the case isn't yet solved, is it? Did I not say so myself? Largely solved were my words, I believe. But I must locate the missing head. Tout de suite, as Madame would say, or I'll be in grave trouble. A very hungry iris still awaits my return to Baker Street. Preferably with rations. Ah! Do you know something, though? Something about this room is strange. Strange? What do you mean? Well, the displays in the House of Horrors are supposed to depict real events, are they not? Indeed they are, Miss Usato. Do go on. And as terrifying as they are, the scenes in the other exhibits are believable. But this one... This surely couldn't ever really have happened, could it? I think it's time I educated you a little about the nature of the incidents involving the professor 10 years ago. The truth? The resurrecting convict. I believe I told you a little about the professor yesterday, did I not? He took the lives of 5 victims, everyone being either a member of the aristocracy or royalty. All were attacked by an enormous hunting hound and had their throats ripped from their bodies. Oh gosh, an enormous hound? How awful. After taking the life of his 5th victim, the killer was apprehended. It was a case of unprecedented magnitude in Britain, you understand. Accordingly, the professor was tried in a closed court. No members of the public were permitted. A closed court? So you mean the professor's identity? As you've surmised, my dear fellow, his identity was never made public. Naturally, he was found guilty and was summarily sentenced to death by hanging. He was buried in a grave at Lowgate Cemetery, which adjoins the rear of the prison where he had been held. It's time to head to bed and snuggle the kitty. Night-night, Clover. Good night, Narco. Thank you so much for being here. However, that was not the end of the affair. Oh! The very night that he was buried, the convicted man came back to life. Came back to life? He clawed his way out of the ground and emerged into the moonlit graveyard. The exhibit here depicts that very scene as described by the sole witness to those chilling events. There was a witness? But of course, my dear fellow, it was none other than young man in the white overcoat. Enoch Drebber. He saw it happen? So this is a waxwork model of Enoch Drebber? Objection. Hi, Ian! Welcome back. Welcome in. 10 years ago, the convicted professor, having been gibbeted and buried, emerged from his grave in the dead of night. The sole witness to that unimaginable scene was this young man. From appearances, I would say he was about 20 years old. So horrifying. Scared out of his wits, the young Drebber ran to a nearby police station to report the incident. And the sheer terror of what he'd seen is said to have turned his hair white overnight. Yes, as shown in the photograph we have of him, his hair is completely white. For the following few days, the story of what he had seen was on every front page in the capital. The public was frantic for every last detail about the killer who'd come back to life. As you've seen, an exhibit was even created here at Madame Soup's Bells. can't quite understand why the man's hair turned white, certainly. But what I don't understand is what Mr. Drebber was doing in the first place. In a lonely graveyard in the middle of the night. Yes, what was he up to? The professor's acts of terror threw London's upper classes into a complete panic 10 years ago. It was a great scandal, one might say, at the very highest levels of society. And since the killer's identity was never made public, rumors abounded. After all, no killer had ever before systematically employed a dog as a weapon of murder. Yes, I can imagine the impact the case must have had. But in time, of course, the rumors abated. So too did the talk of the shocking witness account of the convict who came back to life. It was forgotten, dismissed as a dubious ghost story, as a preposterous parlor tale. But why did people stop believing it? Why, simply because there was no resurrection to speak of, as we established in fact. What do you mean by no resurrection? The police investigated the grave in Locate Cemetery and published their findings. The convict's body was found to be buried exactly where it had been following the execution. No! But that would mean Mr. Drebber must have lied to the police and the newspapers. That would appear to be the only logical explanation, yes. The young man subsequently vanished from society, and nothing has been heard of from him since. It's rather striking, then, that he should resurface now, don't you think? Of course, the convicted murderer couldn't really have come back to life. That's not possible. But Drebber's hair is unusually white, and if that really did happen overnight as a result of shock, it's hard to believe the incident was an out-and-out lie. What is happening? I'm so confused. What the bleeding Nora, Odo? What have you gone and done? Gina, what are you doing here? I asked Iris, and she said this is where you've been, so... Gina! Not so loud in the museum. Madame Suspels will have you take a position as a waxwork if you're not careful. I think there might be more pressing concerns. I still had some flash powder left from 6 months ago, so... All right, Gina, we understand, but please, put down the gun. What is happening? Sorry, I got scared. You should try being the one on the other end of the barrel. So, what brings you here, Gina? What brings me here? What do you think? We found it! We found that dodgy cove's workshop. What? You found Drebber's workshop? Yep. Toby's nose took me straight there. The boss and the others are heading over there now in drag, so come on! Here's the address. I got the boss to write it out. Oh, thank you, Gina. We'll make our way there at once. All right then, see you there. Puppy! Puppy, puppy, puppy. Why is he so sad? You go. Mind me. I'll just stay here, being still. What? I know my place. In the exhibit over there. He's so sad. Oh dear, someone is feeling sorry for himself. What happened to his eyes? Let's go, Mr. Sholmes. You're coming. Your words hearten me, I must say. But if I were to shirk my duties here, Madame would have me pay momentary recompense, and Iris's dinner plate would be empty. Forget that! I'll pay for everything. Oh, Renosuke, my man! There's not a moment to lose, my dear fellow. I shall hail a carriage at once. No offer to share the cost from Mr. Sholmes, then? I shall gladly pay half, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you, Mr. Sato. Right, let's go. Oh, Susato's got him, at least. It's all about money, classic, so true. Wait, this is a model of it. That looks like... Oh, it's another super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine. Indeed, it would appear so, though only a prototype naturally. Ah, so you got here then? Gina! Well done for finding this place. In such a little time, you've really worked miracles. It's Toby here who's the miracle worker. Aww, Toby! What's his face? Why does he look like that? I thought you would show up before long. Hello, Inspector. That's one knitted brow. He looks like he's eaten a lemon, not a bag of fish and chips. So, Inspector, is there any signs of the engineer? Sadly not. We didn't find a soul in here. Oh, what a shame. Well, thank you for letting us know about this place and giving us a chance to investigate. According to what Gina tells me, we only found it thanks to a clue you lot turned up. I wouldn't want to say, go to Paris with a debt of gratitude unpaid now, would I? Thank you. Anyway, if you're hopping to snoop around in here, I'd get cracking. Lord Van Zeeks and the forensics investigation team are on their way here as we speak. Come again. I imagine you've got the picture by now. They don't take too kindly to lawyer types. Right. So then, my dear fellows, let's turn this place upside down while we have the chance. And you, Sholmes? Pardon? They take even less kindly to great detectives than they do lawyers. Ha 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 ha. Very droll, Gregson, very droll. But you may consider me nothing more than an inconspicuous waxwork model. Right then, let's see what we can find in here. Okay, well, okay, I might not read out these because my voice is kind of dying. Oh wait, I needed that? Why? What does that have? What is this? Oh, we fast forwarding stuff? Oh, just because I don't have the start to read it. And I didn't think it was important, but apparently it was. There's a little metal plaque here. Look, fostering burgeoning talent for the future of scientific discovery. It seems rather ironic, doesn't it? But clearly Mr. Drebber really was a very talented scientist. Yeah, wait, why did he stop? Okay. Oh, the arrow! It's a European-style quiver of arrows with steel bolts inside. Oh, do you suppose? Crossbow bolts, these, and just the right size for the bow you lot turned up at the exhibition grounds. In other words, yup, that's more evidence to support your theory. It all goes to show that Drebber was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes of the whole scam. Interesting. This door doesn't want to open. Yeah, it's got a pretty hefty lock on it. There's a specialist locksmith on the way from the yard, so hands off till he gets here. With permission, Inspector, I could have a lock open in less than a minute. Hi, Spooky! Welcome back. Thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Well, you don't have permission, and no one's given it to you. Gregson looked as he really enjoyed that. Well, there's no sound of anybody on the other side. No, Drebber must have fled at the first sign of danger. For Sholmes, Iris would walk all over Gregson. Yeah, if only Iris was here. I miss Iris. I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo. That machine is covered by the Special Dissemination Act for the Scientific Equipment Act. There would be serious repercussions if you were to examine it, from the Crown and from the government. They're just both investigating it. Well, those two don't seem to be holding back. It's quite hollow inside. No working parts or devices of deception to be seen, my dear fellow. No loose change dropped on the floor or nothing. Not even a bone for Toby here, my dear fella. British people are very much ruled by their own ideals, aren't they? I think that's just these two, Miss Susato. Oh. Something wrong with Susato? Well, I thought I heard a noise. The far side of that door. Well, Gina? Did you hear it too? Yeah, I heard it and all. What do you reckon, Toby? Right! Mind the grease! Who's ever in there, open up! This is Scotland Yard! Oh my! Someone is in there! Ah! This rotten bleeding luck! My dear Gregson, as I said only minutes ago, if only it were counterance, I could unlock that door in less than a minute. Fine, I'll take the rap for it. Dude, Gregson is such a good character. Wow, he unlocked it fast. There, you may enter at will. You've confused minutes with seconds, I think. Time is of the essence, I feel. What are we waiting for? Nothing for it, I suppose. This is an emergency. There's a strong possibility that beyond that door is the engineer you all seek. Be prepared for action, my dear fellow. Yes! Yes, I hecking love Gregson too. Gregson is like probably... What? What's happened in here? Is everything upside down? Rats! There ain't no one here in here after all. But there must be. It was only a moments ago that we heard those noises. Maybe that was the sound of Drebber running away? But there's only one door into this room. And no windows that could afford an escape route. Those skylights are too high. What's that up there? Are they footprints on the ceiling? Blow me! What do we have here then? Is no one gonna pay attention to the bomb in the middle? Looks like someone was trying to burn something in a hurry. Oh, that looks like a set of blueprints. To what? That Professor Hairbrain's burning machine, is it? Blimey! If we had these, there had been no need to muck around trying to investigate all that scrap metal. There's something of great interest here, too. This rope was lying on the floor at the foot of that pillar. A rope? What's significant about that? Never mind. You see, but you do not observe, Mr. Naruhodo. We must investigate the entire room thoroughly, and before the forensics investigation team arrive too. We're not gonna talk about this bomb? Mr. Schultz, have you found something? Mr. Naruhodo, yes, in point of fact, something rather fascinating. What do you make of this? Let's see. I've never seen anything like it before. Looks like a bundle of thick cigars wrapped in a large... Mr. Sato! What's the matter? That's a... Surely that's a time bomb, isn't it? What? Did you say? Time bomb? Sorry, but... What is a time bomb? Eh? Ah! You truly are one of a kind, Mr. Naruhodo. I won't take that as a compliment. You don't know nothing, do you, Odo? You haven't gotten a clue what it is either, have you, Gina? I invite you to consult a dictionary later, Mr. Naruhodo. But this particular specimen is no time bomb, though I confess it has a very similar appearance. Oh, well, thank goodness. But then, what is it? I see. So that's it. Goodness, Mr. Sholmes! Have you seen to the heart of the matter? These guys have never seen a bomb before. Ryunosuke's never had to deal with this in Japan, okay? Go easy on him. They don't have stuff like this in Japan. There are times when I consider my lot most unfair, for I'm fated to never know how it feels to flounder as you do when a puzzle presents itself. But I have learned to accept the hardships that come with being a great detective, Miss Usato. Here we go. I feel a great deduction coming. Once again, I can draw two conclusions from the scene we see before us. The first is that the inverted nature of the furniture in this room is the work of Drebber himself. Oh, but how could you? And the second conclusion is that the small device on the floor there is, without a question, completely genuine. Please, Mr. Sholmes, you must explain everything. It would be a pleasure. After all, it is a great detective's civil duty to teach Scotland Yard the finer points of the trade. His face. Are we about to do the thing? I think we're about to do the thing. Well, Inspector Gregson seems delighted with the idea anyway. Oh, you deflated the inspector's glare with such fortitude there, Mr. Sholmes. Well done. Hi, Sammy! Welcome into the Great East Attorney stream. You're too kind, my dear madame. I hereby dedicate this great deduction to you. Kindly stand there, just there, Miss Susato. Oh, yes. I'd be delighted. So, shall we begin? Once again, Harlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. My favorite Ace Attorney? Runosuke? Not me? But how are you? I saw you were playing a game earlier. What was the game about? I tried to watch, but I didn't really understand what was going on. It's plain to see that this room is in a complete disarray. The bed, the table, the chairs, the lamp, everything is upside down. Deduction is afoot. I love this song. Almost as if every item in the room had, until recently, been happily positioned on the ceiling, before falling straight down onto the floor. Every item in the room was on the ceiling? Are you suggesting that? Indeed, the key here is gravity. It would appear that technology has at least succeeded in freeing us from the great pull of the Earth, where the gravity in this room was reversed and then suddenly restored to normality. Goodness! The inverted furniture clearly reveals the truth about the part gravity played in this whole business. I quite understand your skepticism, Miss Susato. I, too, was incredulous at first. However, my conviction in my analysis was cemented when I observed this. An anti-gravity device almost identical to the one that featured in the dream of mine only the other day, in fact. What? But then why does it have a clock on it? A most relevant question indeed. That is a timing device that controls when the gravity direction will switch. It was clearly a requirement for the engineer to be able to restore normal gravity automatically, and the commotion we heard earlier from the other side of the door was the moment that restoration occurred. Yes, the reason why everything in here has been turned upside down is because of the anti-gravity device. So you see, we need to look no further to explain the state in which we now find this room. A dream? No way. I get to play oh, it's the League of Legends thing. It's Riot's take on it. Wait, it came out? I actually haven't seen any news about it other than you playing it. The direction in which gravity acts in here was reversed by Mr. Drebber, before being restored to normality in an automatic fashion sometime later by the timer device. I have witnessed precisely the scene in a dream I once had when I fell out of bed. What? Because gravity was reversed. Alright, give me your next point. Missing engineer. Now, let us consider the next conundrum. What was our engineer friend's aim? Indubitably, the greatest clue we have to explain his actions is above our heads. Yes, how is it possible that there are footprints all the way up there on the ceiling? A question whose answer will lead us neatly to the truth, my dear madame. The reason there are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby skylight. Of course, Drebber's aim was singular, to escape. However, there is but one way into this room, excepting the skylight, that is. By inverting the gravity in here, Drebber was able to fall conveniently to the ceiling and make his escape via the otherwise inaccessible skylight, leaving those footprints behind on the way. But the ceiling here is very high, Mr. Sholmes. If the gravity reversal was sudden, wouldn't Mr. Drebber have fallen up to the ceiling rather violently? Falling up is both scientifically and philosophically a rather interesting concept, I feel. But the man was cornered with nowhere to run, so escape through the skylight was his only option. You may recall that I found this in the room earlier, which I believe offers a solution. Sholmes is making so much sense right now. He's actually spitting facts. Oh, the rope! To reach the intended destination, what better tool than this rope? By anchoring one end to the wall, the man was able to lower himself safely to the ceiling. Which explains how Drebber was able to escape this room before our arrival. He reversed the pull of gravity and fled via the skylight. And personally, I should very much like to reverse the pull of gravity again now, just for fun. Just for fun, he says. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this topsy-turvy puzzle. So he does all this to troll us? Yeah. He basically acts like an idiot so you can figure it out on your own. He gives you very small, like, hints in his stupidity, which I love. She's completely spellbound. Is this Riz? Mr. Sholmes, there's just one thing that troubles me. I would expect nothing less. You're destined to be troubled by just one thing for the rest of your life. I guess that's true. The thing is such a thing actually possible? An anti-gravity device, I mean? I would say that with man's current scientific knowledge at the turn of the 20th century, it's no more possible than instantaneous kinesis. You told me that's not possible. But your whole deduction hinges on it. Ah, but my dear fellow, when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. However improbable it may seem. Sammy, thank you so much for the 3 streams in a row. I appreciate it. It's a marvelous line, wouldn't you agree? One of my more enduring pearls of wisdom. I had Iris come on both the exact phrasing. My original was clumsy. Yes, I have a feeling I've read it in something that Miss Susato lent to me once. Actually, there is one other thing, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, the spell's broken at last. The rope you found on the floor was on the floor, wasn't it? Indeed it was, in lonely coils near the wall. But if Mr. Drebber had used it to escape in the way you described, wouldn't it still be tied to the wall? Mysteries inevitably unravel in the end, as I think you'll find due ropes. And as evidence of such, you'll need only look at the mystery you faced in this room, now skillfully unraveled. That argument is as circular as the coils of the rope. I think perhaps we might need to give Mr. Sholmes the usual little helping hand. I'm sure with some minor corrections, the great detective's great deductions will lead us to the truth. Yes, you're right. And we must do it quickly, before Enoch Drebber gets too far away. If you're ready, then, let us resume. Sherlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning were spectacular. Okay, I'm not gonna read the parts I already read. Hi, Ranja! I hope you've been well. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Welcome in. We are currently trying to fix Mr. Sholmes' logic and reasoning deductions because he's so very wrong. These animations are sick though. Like this was all on a 3DS? You're kidding. You should just beat him up. No, we like Sholmes. He's just a little dummy to help us. To think gravity could have been reversed in this very room. I find the whole idea utterly enthralling. Only Mr. Sholmes could conceive of such an explanation. But the man himself admitted it was a scientific impossibility, so... Yes, you're quite right. We must completely discount the idea at once. Oh, that's unusually merciless of you, Mr. Sato. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. The great detective himself said so, didn't he? While refusing to part with his dreams of anti-gravity devices. Yes, I suppose so. Well, let's see if examining this topsy-turvy scene a little more closely reveals some proof that shows exactly what the gravity in this room was or wasn't doing. Wait. But this vase is upright. Vase? Well, I wasn't expecting to find a pretty bunch of flowers in here, that's for sure. Ah, look at that! I know, that slender little vase looks like it's about to topple at any moment, but the flowers are still thriving. Somehow it makes you think of the fragility of life, wouldn't you say? To be honest, Mr. Naruhodo, something else about that made a rather deeper impression on me. Oh, I love his poses! He's such a cute little guy! The upright base clearly reveals the truth about the part gravity played in this whole business. Upon my word, Mr. Naruhodo, you've surpassed yourself by completely turning my argument on its head. Trying to impress your assistant here, perhaps? No one is trying to steal your spotlight here, Mr. Sholmes, trust me. As rightly you say, though, it appears at first glance that all furniture in this room is upside down. This unassuming slender vase is standing keenly to attention. And unlike the large safe, there is nothing affixing it to the floor. I'm trying to impress Usato. I'm sure she'll be very impressed by you, Elasmo. And it's the exception that breaks the rule. In short, much as it pains me. The gravity in this room was never inverted at all! My dearest sympathies for your loss. Oh, poor Mr. Sholmes. The show must go on, so let us continue with our deductions. Okay, I'm gonna skip this. Oh, wait. Now that we know this contrivance is not, in fact, an anti-gravity device, there remains but one other possibility. You don't say. Someone deliberately turned over every piece of furniture in here. Which might sound obvious, but leaves one mystery much unsolved. Namely, why would anyone choose to do that? Quite, and naturally there is an explanation. Yes, there is a reason why everything in here has been turned upside down is because of the anti-gravity device. He's absolutely determined that this device must have something to do with it, isn't he? I'm afraid the lure of an exciting scientific explanation is too strong. Well, there's no doubt that somebody did this. Somebody turned all of this furniture over. So whoever it was must have had a reason. I'm afraid nothing comes to mind at all, though. Well, let's look around and see if the answer presents itself. There it is. They forgot where they wrote their safe number. Yes, the reason why everything in here has been turned upside down is because of the safe combination. Precisely, I believe, Mr. Naruhodo. That you had a very similar experience once, did you not? Yes, last year, when I bought a lottery ticket and noted the ticket number down on the inside cover of a book just in case. That's it! For people are forgetful souls at heart, and always make a written note of important information. Just keeping the ticket itself safe would be more sensible, I think. And what, pray, happened next, Mr. Naruhodo? When the day of the draw came round, I'd forgotten which book I'd written the number in, and had to turn my room upside down to find it. That's it! For people are forgetful souls at heart, and always forget where they noted things down. Not if you always note things down in the same place. I actually won the second prize, you know. But I couldn't remember which magazine I slipped the ticket into, so I had to turn my room upside... Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo, but I believe I've proved my point now. That's right. Wow, when actually Naruhodo's the one being shut up. Which is the very similar scenario that has clearly unfolded in this room. Finding himself requiring access to the safe, the occupant of this room needed the combination code. He remembered that he'd written it on the underside of a piece of furniture but forgotten which one, leading to the state in which we now find the room. Yes, Mr. Dribber overturned all the furniture in here in a desperate hurry to locate the combination code that would unlock the safe. Spooky, thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Well, if a change in the direction of gravity can explain it, then how did those footprints get there? Well, I feel as though that particular mystery has just become harder to solve. I can't think of any other way to explain it at all. Oh, life was so much simpler in those Halcyon days when gravity could be reversed. Clever, I cannot stay any longer. Thank you so much for being here, Ranja. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. It was minutes ago, and those Halcyon days never existed in the first place. I'm sorry, you guys are really finding out how bad I can't read out loud. As someone who turned an entire cupboard over and cabinet before thinking of checking under the chair, which would be more easily turned over, I think anti-gravity makes sense. Well, I suppose we must simply put our faith in Mr. Sholmes and observe the area in more detail. Putting our faith in Mr. Sholmes is what gets us into these situations in the first place. What the funk is this? A shoe? The reason there are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby shoe. And on a closer inspection, there are clearly footprints all over the balloon as well. In other words, the aim was never the skylight at all, but the balloon. But for what purpose? A green balloon. That seems somewhat familiar. A somewhat familiar data. The piece of green balloon's envelope that Mr. Naruhodo and Iris found at the scene. And inside the green balloon that Mr. Gotts claims he saw above the stage when the incident occurred was the second birdcage, the crux of the whole instantaneous kinesis deception. You mean to say, if we assume the balloon in here is a model of the one used on the day, then there is a strong possibility that something may be concealed inside of it. Something our absconder was desperate to retrieve before making a hasty getaway. But the balloon's out of reach. Hence why he resorted to a projectile, namely the shoe. Most probably, Drebber intended to tear a hole in the envelope by assailing it with a shoe. However, his efforts were thwarted when the shoe itself became a prisoner on those lofty heights. Oh dear, we desperately need to examine that balloon. If only there was some way we could see inside. You may recall that I found this in the room earlier, which I believe offers a solution. Oh, the rope! To reach the intended destination, what better tool than this rope? Mr. Sholmes has managed to bring the deduction back to the rope! Alright, I have to admit, that was clever. So we just throw the rope up to the balloon and then pull it down to us on the ground? Which is much easier said than done, I feel. And could take us a very long time as well. True, perhaps we need a more surefire method. In fact, we already have one, of course, don't we? Oh. To reach the intended destination, what better tool than this crossbow? It was found at the scene, in fact, and in all likelihood belongs to Mr. Drebber. If the man had only brought it away with him that day, he could have avoided losing a shoe at such a critical time as this. Are you shaming him? So, shall we? Your curiosity is deeply stirred, no doubt, my dear fellows. What is it that Enoch Drebber has hidden inside that balloon? Oh my god. What the? Waxwork? Indeed it is. A waxwork head inside a metal mask. A mask that is shut tight and fastened with a strong and quite impenetrable lock. So we can't see the face inside, that means. Just a moment, this is the head of the waxwork model? Does that mean... Oh, goodness! I see you've joined the dots, Miss Usato. Excellent. Ah, of course! A headless waxwork model. The case of the abducted Madame Suspel's model that you largely solved. It was only the head of the killer that was still missing. Thank you for the hydrate, Spooky. Indeed it was. But I believe Madame Suspels will now have to settle her sizable account with me. This, as you have now surmised, is the head of the infamous professor. Yes. But why is it here? This conclusively confirms my suspicions. The man responsible for stealing the professor from Madame Suspels and returning it since death earlier today was none other than Enoch Drebber. This is incredible. Professor Hairbrain's case and the waxwork abduction are... They're inextricably linked by Enoch Drebber's workshop. Oh my god, I forgot we were still in a deduction. Well, it appears our logical pleasure cruise has come to an end, my dear fellows. All that remains is, yes, to speak with the architect of this adventure. Architect? You mean Mr. Drebber? It seems quite impossible that he escaped via one of the skylights. Obviously, the man must still be in the room. What? And his location should be abundantly clear. If you simply reflect on the journey we've made together during this deduction, Enoch Drebber is right here, somewhere in this room. So, Mr. Naruhodo, will you do the honors? Yes, of course. Mr. Drebber's hiding place must be the... Look at all that mess in front of the... Wait, can I present that? Oh, there it is. Do we get extra pay for solving both cases at once? Yeah, I know, right? I am solving 2 cases at once. Before we gain access back to this room, we heard noises from in here, which tells us that the engineer was still in the building at that point in time. It's coming. I have to leave now. I had fun so far. Thank you so much for being here, Wavy. I really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. He was in fact searching for the combination to his safe, and pressed for time, made no attempt to right the furniture he overturned in the process, from which we can deduce that his search for the combination happened very recently indeed. In summary, Mr. Enoch Drebber is at this very moment inside the safe. Thus concludes Harlock Sholm's great deduction of this topsy-turvy puzzle. We did it! Elementary. So, Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps it's time we ended this game of hide-and-seek, don't you? By opening the safe, you mean? What else? Let's see. The combination was 1432582. I knew that! Alright, here goes. You found me. I love how the longer he is with Sholmes, the more Renosuke acts like him. This is so creepy. Okay, get sturdy with it! He is good at dancing with the hell. Right then, sir. Mr. Enoch Drebber, I presume? correct? You better start talking. You tricked Professor Hairbrain with that bogus machine you built. And you shall have to explain the theft of the waxwork from Madame Suspels as well. Witless, I would be delighted to answer your many questions. Personally, I would advise that you deactivate my little parcel first. Deactivate? Your parcel? I refer, of course. You're talking about the time bomb. To the time bomb, left in a most prominent position. Ah! Ha ha ha. I see. Stunned silence. You're all gearing up to die with me then. Mr. Sholmes! With only 7 seconds to spare. That was too close for comfort. I got 1 foot in the grave already. Are you trying to help us get a killer or get us killed? Mr. Sholmes' deductions can be completely life-altering, can't they? Well, my dear fellows, that was a close shave. The resemblance to an anti-gravity device is really quite startling, I must say. Anti-gravity devices don't exist. Whew. I wouldn't push it, Mr. Sholmes. What on earth happened in here? You found me, haven't you? No need to screw me down any further. Everything in here is precisely what it seems. Yeah, well, we'll be giving it a thorough going over, don't you worry, Drubber. What fails to click with me is how you were able to locate my workshop. That I was not expecting. When I have heard whistling from the other room, I knew it was time to bolt. Whistling? Ah, that would have been me. Oh! For some reason, I woke in a fine fettle today. No words, just tightly squeezed chips. Clearly I must have a screw loose, though. I couldn't remember the combination for the safe. And another one loose, as I couldn't remember on which piece of furniture I'd written it down. We also found a rope over by the wall. I had hoped to exit through the skylight, but sadly the rope was too short. So I then set about searching for the combination code to open the safe. And burning the incriminating blueprints, don't forget. Regrettably, though, you failed to retrieve the head from the balloon among the rafters. And after that, you hid yourself inside the safe? Having first set this parcel ticking? Well, I had no intention of being nailed by the police. Got a death wish, have ya? Hiding right beside a ticking time bomb? Please, why do you suppose I chose to hide inside the safe? No ordinary safe, it's specially designed. A dynamite explosion wouldn't leave a scratch on it. So in fact, the safe was the only safe place. Ha ha ha. So funny, Sholmes. Precisely. But once you'd climbed inside, you wouldn't have been able to get out again. I invite you to look more closely. The safe is fitted with a handle on the inside to allow the door to be unlocked from within. Ah, so it is. I'd always intended to blow this place to smithereens in any case. I just wasn't expecting uninvited guests to come along and screw up my plans. Do you mean to say you were planning to blow us all up? No, that was unforeseen. What do you mean? Most people run, you see, when they see a ticking time bomb at their feet. Ah, I calculated the time required for retreat to a safe distance and set the device accordingly. But your seemingly endless discourse in here threw a spanner in the works. I like the eye he's giving him. Oh my god. Something wrong, Gregson? I like how models can look at each other in this game. Do I have something on my face? Besides the usual eyes, ears, and nose and mouth? I think we have a fairly good idea of what's been going on here now. But what about the 2 incidents you've evidently been involved in recently? Professor Hairbrain's instantaneous kinesis experiment at the Great Exhibition, and the waxwork model you stole, which this head belongs to. That is no ordinary head, you know. That is the head of the professor. Clad in a mask with a lock so strong, I'm unable to open it safely to reveal the killer's identity. I've been considering carrying it around as a protection, after all. What's going on here, Gregson? I'm sure you're aware that I have sole jurisdiction to investigate here. Yes, well... Dr. Sith again. So the forensics investigation team are here. And you know full well this engineer is a key witness. Why are you allowing this lawyer access to him? If Lord Strongheart knew of this, you'd be finished. You lot, leave at once. My dear madame, there's no need for such a threatening tone, I assure you. Gregson is having none of it. Yeah, this makes the delivery more funny. After all, there's no way to greet an old acquaintance, is there, Dr. Sith? Old acquaintance? You have history? Hello, Sholmes? Mr. Sholmes knows Dr. Sith? If it's protecting the machine next door that's causing such a sour expression on your face, you are quite misguided. It's really nothing more than a shell, you... Get out! But of course, we'll show ourselves to the door. I see you haven't softened at all. How did she have a kid? Mr. Naruhodo! Yes? It would appear that our delightfully entertaining investigations have run their course for today. But Mr. Sholmes! Let us leave this place in the doctor's capable hands. I said get out! Now! All of you! Your presence here is not required either, Gregson. Understood? But I'll just say one thing before I head off. If it wasn't for this lawyer and his companions, we'd never have found this place, and the whole workshop would have been blown to bits. There was a time bomb set in here that this lot disarmed. Inspector! That's my goat! Hi, Clover. Hi, Pig. Welcome back. Some people are really mean, but that's still different with a child. Yeah. That's true. Something giving you a chuckle, has it, Drubber? So sorry. Didn't mean to offend. You're quite right, of course. You did disarm the time bomb, didn't you? Yes. I did disarm that one. You did disarm that one. Eh? What are you... That one? You mean... It was an hour later that we heard the news of the enormous explosion that ripped through the experimentation stage at the Great Exhibition. Professor Harebrain's invention and all its secrets were blown away forever. Oh my god! Oh my god! This case is gonna be so long? Yeah, it is. Ugh, I don't think I can finish it tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I know I wanted to finish it, but I didn't think the investigations would take that long. They really love putting these saves on a cliffhanger? I know. I'm sorry, guys, but I must end stream because it's getting quite late for me. And my throat is also dying a little bit. The investigations went crazy. And your throat, yeah, my throat is dying a little bit. Okay, Russell, thank you for the hydrate, Steve. I appreciate it. Luckily, you get a break tomorrow. I do get a break. Apologize one more time and I will do something. Are you gonna sock my mouth? I'm also going to bed. Good night, Misty. Good night, Harrison. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go to my endings. Thank you for the hearts, Raccoon. I appreciate it. That sounds so weird when you say it like that. I'm sorry. That's my bad. I didn't mean to sound weird. I don't know who to raid today. Thank you for the stream. Good night. Thank you for being here. Hold it up. Thank you, Kitty, for being here. Bye, Kitty. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for dealing with my scuffed AF stream today. That was totally unexpected. I did not expect my model to just not work at all. That was really weird. Let's raid Curry. Curry is currently playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and I think that's a cozy time over there. Good night, Fins. Thank you so much for being here. Model, thank you so much for being here as well. Good night, good night, good night. If you guys haven't followed me already, here's my social media accounts. Here's my Twitter, my YouTube, and my TikTok. If you haven't followed them already, we upload every Sunday on TikTok, and I upload every Wednesday on Twitter and YouTube Shorts. So yeah, if you didn't know already, I have a VODs channel. If you never miss any VODs, you can follow my YouTube VODs channel. Yeah, my next stream is gonna be Yakuza 0, so I hope I can see you guys there. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here, Gark. I appreciate it. Good night, Hazel. Thank you so much for being here as well. Also new shorts. Yeah, bye, Stomach. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna raid Curry. Here's my raid message. If you are not subbed, if you are subbed, here's my raid message. Oh yeah, and check out Stelia's cover that so many talented, amazing people worked on. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for enjoying Ace Attorney with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much. I honestly forgot all of the plot twists, which is kind of insane. Like, I was just as shocked as everyone else, even though I've played this game before. Bye, Bliss. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. But yes, I will be back on Friday night. I will be back with Yakuza 0. It's my very first time playing that game too. So boom, there it is. I'll be here at 8 p.m. our usual time. I hope to see you there. And then on Sunday we will have community Fall Guys night. So yeah. Maybe we'll see. I enjoyed my stay. I enjoyed having you here as well. There was a lot of twists, and I know, right? Usually this game drags out, but I was like, damn. Community Fall Guys night? Yeah, we have community Fall Guys night on Sunday, so I hope I can see you there. But yes, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Rest well. I hope you the best of luck with whatever you guys have going tomorrow. I'll see you guys on Friday. Okay, be safe now. Bye-bye. Have fun with Curry. Bye-bye.